What's the big difference between AI and my height? AI is still growing. And most people recognize that a lot of jobs that exist today won't exist in the next handful of years because AI will replace them, and companies are being pretty forward about that. There's plenty of signs about, the corporate direction here and the role AI is going to play and the effect it's going to have on the workforce. But what a lot of people still don't fully understand is even if somehow your job survives the initial purge, your life is still directly being affected by AI's existence in a negative way, such as electronics prices getting higher and higher. Most recently, the RAM crisis that hasn't even fully set in yet, by the way, and already seeing an explosion in price there. But even outside of that, as data centers become more and more common, as more and more get installed, the price of just living in the area is going to go up. And we're already seeing that in communities that have data centers going up, where water, electricity, all of that, their price has started to increase exponentially because of data centers. So even just being in proximity to AI as it becomes even bigger is a net negative on your life in terms of being able to live it or own things or pay for things that you previously had no problems paying for. But also outside of that, not even your gooning is safe. AI filters have gotten so good that now anybody can pretend to be a hot babe, holy honkers, big-titted online influencer that's influencing the nut right out of your sack. And you're none the wiser to it actually not being a human being there. It's all AI. Or in some cases, a dude with the AI filters on as well as a voice changer. That's another thing that's become very common so far since this has gotten so sophisticated. But oftentimes on Instagram in particular, it's just fully AI, no actual human being there. And they're making tons and tons of money, tens of thousands of dollars per month based on some of the reports I've seen from these individuals, as well as some of these are even like small businesses that are just pumping out AI women on Instagram to make money. I saw the real-time AI filter on Twitter. That shit's crazy. Which one? There's a bunch of them right now. I imagine it was probably this one. This one I think is the big one. You're gonna be squeezing your hog to this pretty soon, and you'll never even know. Meanwhile, our boy here's gonna be raking in all the doubloons. But this is big now. I've seen quite a few of these. Still very easy to tell, though. Not really. Not at all, actually. Imagine just in a small face cam on stream, you would have no idea this would be an AI avatar. He will absolutely just be using an AI voice filter. You'd have no clue. You'd have to really, really, really be getting into the weeds of it to try and spot anything. It's very, very tough. My 50-year-old coworker subbed to like 6 OnlyFans girls. This will destroy him. I'm pretty sure it's bannable on OnlyFans to do AI creators there, but if you just shit out like 100 of them, it doesn't matter how many get banned as long as you can just have a few of them last long enough to get the money out of it. It's really big on Instagram right now. AI Instagram influencers are making tons of money. Like, here's one of them that has 550k, Emily Pellegrini. But this one is at least disclosing that it's an AI influencer. Some of the other really successful ones don't do that. I don't know, Emily Pellegrini AI lady. But there are so many. Kind of obvious that it's AI, right? To some people. And in some ways, but not all the time. This one will absolutely be hard for people to find out. And in some of the other videos I saw of this, the hair moves like 1-to-1. It's like really very difficult. Especially when you consider that the way this will be used is just on like normal streams or like TikTok lives where it's going to be much tougher. Dolan made a video on an AI music artist that signed a $3 million deal. I know, I covered that same story. And it's not a music artist, by the way. That implies that there's like an actual art to it. It's just AI drivel. Signed a $3 million record deal. I went to a marketing conference, and AI influencers are going to kill influencer jobs. All the big brands will just make a character do whatever they want. It won't happen overnight, but that is something I've talked about as well. Why would a brand even work with a human being for like a brand deal? It's expensive and you can't control everything they say or how they talk about it. A brand will most likely just invest like very tiny amount of resources, like a matter of $100 or $200 to just do an AI avatar to promote their product. Absolutely. That is definitely coming soon. Yeah, they're already doing that. It's fucked. Who's doing that right now? Give me a brand. I want to check it out. I didn't know it had already started. The only ones I know are the TikTok AI influencer farms that I was just briefly mentioning, where they just have AI like this endlessly on loop shilling products. Oh, that's what you're talking about, the AI live sellers. Yeah. I know about that. I thought you were talking... I'm talking about like big brands are going to do it too. Like, I think Coke will probably be one of the first ones to do that. Coke loves their AI-generated ads. I'm sure they'll just start partnering with... I'm sure they will stop partnering with any real people for their advertising. They'll just do AI for it. Here's an article, though, on the AI live sellers. I don't know if it has the collage that I've been trying to find. Wow, what is this fucking URL link? Holy shit. AI virtual sales avatars are transforming live stream e-commerce by outperforming humans with 24/7 real-time demonstrations and higher conversion rates. AI-powered tools grow more sophisticated. Concerns about job security among workers have been rising. However, certain professions still appear to be safe, like sales, where the human touch, charisma, and conversational skills remain essential. Sales domain, nonetheless, might be experiencing a transformative phase. In China, AI-powered avatars are increasingly being leveraged for product sales over live streams, as reported by Wired. Notably, these virtual entities are beginning to surpass their human counterparts in performance. Case in point is Japanese electronics firm Brother, which has adopted virtual salespeople in China, where live streams serve as a popular and effective vehicle for product sales. Within just 2 hours of deployment, Brother's AI avatar secured 2,500 in printer sales, representing a 30% enhancement over traditional live stream sales. These avatars are crafted by Shanghai's marketing agency Pilter Firm and have been unleashed across significant e-commerce platforms like Taobao and Pinduoduo, where they promote an array of products from office devices to typical consumer goods. This is a bit of an older article, I imagine. Yeah, 2025 August. As of like 2 months ago, I've seen the AI sellers are now just big on TikTok. This is what all our RAM is being used for. Pointless shit. Pointless shit? What do you mean? They're selling fucking fake products to fake people using fake people to make fucking imaginary money. This is a requirement for a civilized and, functioning society. The AI influencers will also try to sell you courses to become an AI influencer too. That one is adorable. It's not the AI influencers. What you'll see oftentimes is people like trying to hawk a course on how you can make your own AI e-commerce shilling avatar, as if it's something hard to do. As if it's not something anybody on the fucking planet with access to the internet can do right now. Shameless. It's so shameless. What percentage of people do you think care about stuff like this? I would hope it's high, but it's probably not. I know people like to pretend that, it's not a lot of people that care about this. It's just people online, terminally online. That's just not true. Your average everyday layman is not thrilled about this shit either, because it is literally directly affecting people's lives right now. My mom and dad are like the least online people imaginable. My mom, I went to dinner with them tonight. My mom was even talking about how, like, she just recently learned how to scan things to get rid of her fax machine. These are not online people, but one thing that we always bring up when we talk is about how fucking terrified they are of AI and how much they hate AI. Like, it is a very normal perspective that actual people have about AI being really not good right now. So I think that is a sentiment shared by a lot of people, not just those online. Once the data centers go online and the electric bills go up, shit will get crazy. Oh, and you're already seeing that. We watched, not too long ago, a short news segment on a town that just got a data center installed, and they just completely lost access to water from time to time because of it. Which, of course, they're pissed about. It's nobody, no real human being wants this. And the ones that think they do, they're going to soon learn they don't, when the data centers get installed and everything gets more expensive around them. Oh, here's a nice little segment on it. But this one's only focusing on the China AI live selling. I'd love to find the one for TikTok.
Taking over pop culture in videos like this.
It's basically just like this, though, to be fair.
These are AI clones of human live streamers, built to host shows by themselves. Is this what the future of online shopping looks like?
It is. It 100% is, but not just online shopping. Shopping anywhere, anything. The future of literally fucking everything, unfortunately. We'll see how bad ChatGPT usage drops off since they're introducing ads in the US. Wait, what? A piece of AI news I haven't heard? Wait, is that real? Are they actually doing that? Here's something from OpenAI. Our approach to advertising and expanding access to ChatGPT. No way. No way. Let me read. Okay, what the fuck? Why is it? Did they just take the article down? Oh, there we go. AI is reaching a point where everyone can have a personal super assistant that helps them learn and do almost anything. Who gets access to that level of intelligence will shape whether AI expands opportunity or reinforces the same divides. Hey, also, by the way, brother, this has existed for a while. It's called Google. Just going on your cell phone and researching things yourself. You can do that right now and have been able to for a couple decades. But the difference is now you'll never even bother diving into things, so oftentimes you'll just get fed wrong shit and learn how to do nothing. It's very cool, actually. We've been working to make powerful AI accessible to everyone through our free product and low-cost subscription tier, ChatGPT Go, which is launched in 171 countries since August. Today we're bringing Go to the US and everywhere ChatGPT is available, giving people expanded access to messaging, image creation, file uploads, and memory for $8 a month. In the coming weeks, we're also planning to start testing ads in the US. Yeah! For the free and Go tiers, so more people can benefit from our tools with fewer usage limits or without having to pay. Plus, Pro, Business, and Enterprise subscriptions will not include ads. Wow, that's so sweet. That's so nice. I'm sure eventually these will start to get some ads, though. They won't just be free users that get to have all the fun. I mean, there's so many people now that will just switch to Gemini or DeepSeek. Until they do the same thing, man. All of these fucking companies are so parasitic. Once ChatGPT proves that people will just sit there and mindlessly watch ads like the good little drones they are, everyone else is going to follow suit. You see Jeff Bezos about renting computers. I forgot to look into that. Did he actually say that he wants people to be renting computers? Which, by the way, is nothing new. We're kind of going in that direction where you won't even own your fucking computer anymore. It'll all just be cloud computation and shit, and you're renting your devices. Let me see. I see a bunch of articles on it. That's not going to laugh. Jeff Bezos believes AI will force you to rent your PC from the cloud, and the RAM crisis is accelerating it. Yippee! Renting computers! You can't even own them now! NZXT already offers computers for rent. Oh, I know, that's why I said this is nothing new. Pitching local PCs for subscription-based cloud computing. In an interview with the New York Times, Bezos talks about how AI is the main focus at Amazon. Shocked! I'm shocked! That's hardly a surprise, seeing as every company is doubling down on incorporating artificial intelligence into their products, apps, services, and more these days. But the real kicker comes in when Bezos mentioned a brewery he visited, and this company had to build its own power station to improve the efficiency of their brewery with electricity. Since there was no power grid, they had to build their own form of electricity. At the time, that's what everyone did. If a hotel wanted electricity, they had their own electric generator. I looked at this and I thought, this is what computation is like today. Everyone has their own data center. Interestingly, he continued to say, that's not going to last. It makes no sense. You're going to buy compute off the grid. That's AWS. That comment was said in 2024, and today it rings more true than ever. Oh, so this isn't even new. Renting everything is on the table. Man, you could fucking rent burritos with Klarna. You remember that? Fucking just put that shit on Klarna. Pay it back later. The fuck they gonna do if I don't pay it? Reach into my stomach and take it? Yeah, I don't know, man. Who's to say? Well, I think we don't even need to worry about spending in the future. AI will just do everything for us.
They've got that covered.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Money won't even exist in the future. It'll all just be AI tokens to ChatGPT and Gemini. A while back, I saw a pretty scary video of a baseball fan plummeting 2 stories onto the field during a game. And I assumed he either passed away from that or was, like, paralyzed. And I didn't hear any updates or anything for a little while, so I had forgotten about that even happening until today, where the first video that got recommended to me from this benevolent algorithm is a follow-up to that from a day ago. It's like the algorithm mind-freaked me, just jacked into my fucking cerebral cortex and knew that I never got closure on that, so it wanted to provide it for me so I would, finally know exactly what happened to this guy.
It's the terrifying tumble from the outfield stands. A baseball fan plunges 2 stories down to the outfield track.
Someone must have fallen. They have emergency crews in right center field right now.
The game comes to a stop. The players in disbelief, some down on bended knee, praying as the fan is carted off on a stretcher. Now, that fan is breaking his silence for the first time, speaking exclusively to Inside Edition.
The title of the video spoiled it, but the fan he's alive and walking. I thought for sure, watching that fall, if he didn't die from it, he would be in a wheelchair, like doing interviews in a wheelchair. But he's not. He's up walking around. He did suffer extensive injuries, but it seems like he's doing a lot better, and hopefully it won't be like permanent, life-changing, down the road, debilitating injuries. Even the fact that he is up and moving around like this is unbelievable, considering the fall he took and landing on his head. Like, it looks like he lands directly on his neck and then just kind of like folds like origami on the ground there. That's a miracle, because that footage that's horrifying. That man ragdolls like it's fucking Killer Bean, and he hits the ground hard. He even bounces up off the ground a little bit, like that scene from iCarly with Gibby going from the fucking top turnbuckle of the set, blasting his belly off the concrete, which, by the way, was a real stuntman who actually got seriously injured doing that. It is crazy that he is just tanking that. Like, he just fucking took that on the chin. He ate that, and now he looks like he is on the road to recovery and will hopefully not be having any permanent lasting effects from it. I was so surprised, and pleasantly surprised, to see that.
What's it like for you to watch this?
I don't know how I'm alive.
Kevin Markwood's injuries were staggering. A broken back, a broken neck, a punctured lung, and every rib also broken.
I wake up with pain every day. My arm, I can't feel my 2 fingers still. I'm doing better than what I was, that's for sure.
So, what happened? Kevin says he jumped up out of his seat and got excited about a play in the game, but when he came down, he landed awkwardly on this railing, careening off of it and falling headfirst 21 feet onto the field. You almost do 2 full flips.
He's right, he does almost do 2 full flips. More like aerial cartwheels, but semantics, we're not here to talk about, trapeze acrobatics here, aerial maneuvers or anything. But yeah, it is a devastating fall. And like I said, he did have extensive injuries, and he is saying he does wake up with pain, but it's getting better. And those injuries that he's listing, those seem like things that he will be able to make a recovery from. And just the fact he's up walking, able to do these interviews, and just a cast on his arm is nothing shy of miraculous.
Yeah, that was bad.
This is the first time Kevin's been back to Pittsburgh's PNC Park since his harrowing fall. Kevin was at the game with his girlfriend and another buddy. Although Cavan was only 20 years old at the time and underage, he says his buddy bought him some beers that night. Now, the fall was ruled accidental, but his friend has been charged with supplying alcohol to a minor. Look, you can see his concerned buddy climb down to the outfield wall and jump off to check on Cavan.
I feel terrible because it wasn't his fault.
According to this police report, Cavan's girlfriend told detectives he only drank 2 beers before that fateful fall.
2 beers? Are we sure about that? Is that the accurate number of brewskis consumed this evening? I'm no super sleuth. I'm not, a fucking hired private eye detective here, but he is shirt off, jumping up and down in the stands here. Something tells me probably a little more than 2 beers. If I had $1 for every time I heard someone say 2 beers when it comes to how much alcohol was drank before something happened, I would actually have close to like $1 billion by this point. 2 beers has to be one of the most commonly uttered statements in human history. Now, Cavan's friend, who spent probably close to $500 on those 2 beers for him, he did get slapped a bit. He got in some trouble here for supplying Cavan with those beverages since he wasn't 21. But I have to imagine that overall he feels relieved that Cavan not only survived such a freak fall like that, but also that he will be able to walk, like move on from this. Because it does seem like he cares about Cavan. Like he jumped onto the field after him to check on him. Like it seems like he very much was concerned, does care. So even though he himself did get into some doo-doo from all of this, I imagine he's probably just feeling relieved that Cavan survived this.
This had nothing to do with drinking.
No.
This was just an accident.
Right, tragic accident.
As for going out to the ball game again, he says next time he definitely won't sit so high up in the stands.
I hate to be, ye old Ebenezer Scrooge here, but I'm going to have to throw a flag on the play on this one as well. I'm going to have to challenge this. Are we sure drinking had nothing to do with what happened here? I have a sneaking suspicion it might have. I just feel like if alcohol wasn't involved, shirt probably would have been on, and probably wouldn't have been jumping around like he was on an invisible pogo stick. That just has all the telltale signs of being a little sloshed. He grabs that railing and then does that big jump, like he jumps on it. It reminds me of those wacky trampoline fitness courses where you have a bunch of people like holding a rail and jumping up and down crazy style on the trampoline. I just feel like, I think maybe the drinking did have something to do with it. And I also think that him being drunk most likely saved his life. I remember reading that in the events of accidents, the reason a lot of the drunk drivers walk away relatively unharmed is apparently because when the body is in the inebriated state, it doesn't tense up the way that it normally would. So by being all loosey-goosey, it sometimes is able to avoid catastrophic injuries, and in this case, a potentially fatal one. I think by him being drunk and all like loose, he was able to basically survive this and now walk away from it. Anyway, though, I wanted to share this here because I feel like a lot of people saw that video like me and just made the assumption that this guy is probably either dead or, paralyzed. And apparently that's not the case. Inside Edition has this interview with him. He seems to be moving around. He does mention that he still wakes up with pain every day, but that it is trending in the right direction. And it seems like he will, continue on this road to recovery, which is incredible. Actually, just incredible. So the algorithm said, Charles, you didn't get closure on this story. Here you go. It's a happy ending. Well, it's a happier ending than you thought it was. He's alive and he is doing better. So that's pretty cool. Wishing him even more healing and hopefully makes a completely full recovery. That's really about it. See ya. Okay, there we go. He's so offended. Always discriminated against because my last name's Rimjob. She's not triggered, she's just fighting for the Lord. That man rattled you just by existing? This man's mere presence, his aura, was enough to shatter everything about Margaret. It's like an anime character, like Bleach, where the soul pressure was too much.
I haven't really been able to fit in yet.
because you haven't kissed Barry on the lips. Maybe the show's so incredibly fake that this isn't even Barry's family and he's actually a happy guy. That'd be nice. Barry is in his late 40s, married to an actual god warrior that scares him. Help him. Help Barry.
I've been a fan.
This is a cute subplot and all, but I can't help but feel like Barry is burying himself in alcohol. Or quite literally burying himself alive in the backyard. Really, it's a toss-up. Could be either one. What a wholesome plotline. Then you go back to the god warrior who's literally throwing holy water on the children and pissing her pants. Even just looking at her makes me fart. Jesus Christ.
A spiritual warfare that God is just.
She's unleashing a spiritual warfare on my ass.
Leave here. Nothing heavy.
Hey, he's in the middle of a Fortnite game.
I'm not really considering like becoming a Christian, but.
Well, with someone like Margaret trying to convert you, I can see why you would be averse to that idea.
Plot twist: the pastor at church is Tristan Rimbo. To destroy the god warrior.
Yeah. He kills the real pastor and takes control. So what was the goal of this show again? It sounds like they just traded wives for no reason just to make each other uncomfortable. Is the music copyrighted? What the fuck happened? Is it a mime dance? Am I going deaf? What the fuck is there music here? This is unnerving. Oh! There's the music. Oh, and the video's getting really creepy too. What the fuck? Am I being hacked by a demon? What the fuck was that?
I run into someone like Margaret change.
Oh! Oh, what the fuck?
Also gives me resolve to sort of ease her into a different way of thinking.
What the fuck was that dimensional shift?
I don't care. Can I have a hug goodbye?
I mean, that's kind of sad. Like, how about a high five or like a fist bump? Margaret looks like she's ready to jump her with like a gun or a Bowie knife.
All I'm asking you is because I never dreamed that it'd be so uneasy for me. Because I'm just a fun-loving, easygoing person.
Yeah, that's the impression I got too, Margaret.
Do not talk. And I've cried more in the last week than I've cried in my entire life.
All because she met Kristen Rimbo. That was the one thing that happened that she hated. She met Kristen Rimbo and it ruined her life.
When I heard that there was arguing in the house, I understood what was going on. I know Chris, and I know that he doesn't listen. And I feel that if there was conflict there...
Chris was so accepting and so nice. Chris did everything he could to make Margaret not melt down, but then the second Kristen Rimbo's presence was even felt, it was over.
From what Chris told me, it's hard for me to tell what went on here.
Well, ask the kids.
Two different sides.
Just ask your goddamn kids. What do you mean?
It's good to see you.
Oh, wow. He's like an NPC. Now my game cartridge is fucked. This feels like a simulation. What the fuck is going on? There was so much tension and then all of a sudden he just said, I missed you. And then it's just happy-go-lucky. I like how Barry didn't come get her. Thank you for not going, Barry. Barry's just depressed. He misses Jeannie.
I have never been so uneasy in my life.
God, she's a fucking state away and still feeling rocked by Tristan Rimbo's pressure. I wish I was that imposing where I enter a room and just ruin someone's life just by entering. Holy shit.
Bring me home now.
He's driving. What do you mean? Don't you fucking tell me I watched an hour of this woman melting down just to not see her rip up her check for $50,000? No. No, that would be unholy. Where's part 2? Okay, here we go. Okay, perfect.
I want out of this, because you know what?
God, poor Barry. Here it comes. This is what all of Season 1 has been building up to. The collapse of Margaret. God, this whole household is distraught now that the actual nice woman left. Now they have to have fucking raging alcoholic god warrior Margaret back. Boo! Barry even made balloon animals. God, Barry's awesome. Oh, welcome home. Even the camera guys, what the fuck's going on?
She is dark-sided too!
Barry, get the wooden stake. Or the silver bullet, I'm not sure. It could be a combination of both. Get the silver bulleted stake. There goes $50,000. And there's his balloon animals all sad and shit. You're seeing a god warrior in the most primordial form.
Jesus, you could stay here. Don't stay in my house.
Stay. Please stay. You document it. The kids are in danger. Barry is in danger, more importantly.
I was thrown in the pit.
I feel like this is an ode to Barry. Shortly after filming, he threw himself in front of a moving vehicle. All to Barry. Damn it. $40,000 to Barry. Damn it. $35,000 to Barry. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, ew, no. Oh, hey, wait, that's not bad. Oh, well, at least she gets $50,000 to play with. Whoa there, Buster. That's a flag on the play. 5-yard penalty. Unnecessary frowning. Let's try and fix that attitude now, shall we? There is a game that just came out a few days ago that's got everyone smiling, it seems, to the tune of over 550,000 concurrent players at its peak. Slay the Spire 2. I've pumped about 12 hours directly into the ass of this game, and I've only just now scratched the surface. It is content-rich, so much meat on the bones, and for only $22, I think it is. Let me double check. We have technology right at my fingertips. I can't remember if it's $22 or $25. And it looks like it is $25, which I think is a great deal because for the price of a single big arch burger from McDonald's, you can instead get well north of 12 hours worth of content. In 12 hours, I have only just now completed a run with the 5 main characters: Ironclad, Silent, Regent, Necrobinder, and Defect. So 12 hours, and I have completed one run with each of these 5 characters, so I've completed 5 total runs in 12 hours, which is fucking nothing. That's basically completing the tutorial for each of these characters. Like, I'm through the introduction on each of these characters, more or less. I'm only just now getting to my Ascensions, which, if you're not familiar with Slay the Spire, Ascension is what you do after you complete your first base run, going through the 3 acts. There is so much content. So I think it's a great price point for how much content you get. And I know I've kind of already whole hog, both cheeks out, dove into like my impressions of the game thus far. It's very positive. I think the game is extraordinary. And that's probably no surprise to any of you that follow my gaming channel, which all of you should be following the gaming channel, Moist Critical Gaming. I've got numerous videos up for Slay the Spire 2. I am loving it. So I wanted to give you my review of the game after 12 hours so far, because a lot of people are seeing the headlines about how popular this game is and how much it's been, going ballistic out there and wondering, well, is the game good? Does it live up to the hype? And I'm here to tell you that, yes, I think it does live up to the hype. I really think this is something very special. If you played the first Slay the Spire, you know exactly what you're going to be getting in Slay the Spire 2, but everything is improved. The visuals, I also really like the new characters. Regent and Necrobinder, I think, are extremely fun with very, very cool mechanics. A lot of the cards have been improved. I think they've done a great job with Slay the Spire 2 across the board. There's nothing in here I think was like fumbled or lessened. I think everything has only been heightened and has been made even better. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Slay the Spire, I'll go ahead and lay the groundwork here, the foundation here, hit you with the foreplay. It is a deck-building roguelike game, which I know in the current landscape are a dime a dozen. You can go on Steam right now and dumpster dive, finding 40 of those bitches released over the last 2 weeks. Roguelikes have become the new wave, the new hotness, and I know everything is ham-fisting roguelike mechanics into everything. But Slay the Spire is like the OG deck-building roguelike that blew up many moons ago, and the sequel, I think they carry that momentum and show why they're still like the best in the business when it comes to this genre. I really think they nail the formula, and there's just no other game I think that does it this well. I think Slay the Spire is to deck-building games what boobies are to happiness. The GOAT. Now, if you know nothing about deck-building games, deck-building roguelikes or anything, I'll just break it down to the bare bones. You will choose a character, and each character plays vastly different from one another. They have access to different cards, and they utilize different mechanics. And they also have a different starting relic, and relics are something that you collect throughout your runs to try and juice your shit in order to gear your build the way you'd like it to go, or, all kinds of different things. There are just so many different variations. There are so many different cards and combinations and strategies. It is just endlessly replayable. You go through Act 1, 2, and 3, killing a bunch of enemies, which will give you other cards. You'll have potions that you can utilize in the middle of combat. You'll get relics, and you will always be changing your build around. No runs ever really play the same, even if you try and do like the same thing. For example, if you're playing Necrobinder and you want to laser focus on Doom, you will never have like the same Doom run every single time because the relics will always change. The cards you get will always change. The enemies you encounter will change. It's just so fucking fun. There is just endless depth to this game, and I can easily see this being like hundreds of hours to like really min-max everything and just fully fucking complete everything this game has to offer. In Slay the Spire 1, A20, Ascension 20 was like the max challenge there. I'm not deep enough into Slay the Spire 2 to know if that's still the case here. Maybe there's even more, I'm not sure. I'm trying to do most of this blind because I think it's much more enjoyable to go in there and like fully just have things, fucking golden shower on top of you as fresh as they can be. So I've been really enjoying like learning everything through trial and error, discovering things. It's been so fun, and I am only just now at like the very tippity top of the surface here of how much content this game has. I'm playing it daily for multiple hours a day. It's so good. So I truly do think Slay the Spire 2 lives up to the hype. I know this was many years in the making. It was worth the wait. $25 for this much content I think is a great price point. I love to see things like that. I know I glazed and commended Hollow Knight Silksong for something very similar where you get so many hours of content for a low price compared to like AAA games where you'll pay like $70 or Lord help us, God forbid, but unfortunately even $80 sometimes for like a 6-hour game or something, right? Like I think this is just so refreshing. It's super nice and also very simple. It's a game you can enjoy with your friends. Slay the Spire 2 has multiplayer. I just tried it for the first time last night with my buddy Ryan, but it has, I think, 4-player co-op. So you can have a run with your friends too. And they scale it up so that way it's not just like a full-blown fucking steamroll. Like there is a challenge to it. Granted, of course, since there's more of you, there is more flexibility, so you probably will have an easier time, like if you're struggling by playing solo. I know a lot of new players have found it kind of punishing, which it is, and I appreciate that. I think it's a good thing. It doesn't hold your hand and put the training wheels on or clobber you with sock'em boppers. It's giving you the raw, knuckle sandwich, and I think that's wonderful, and it will enable you to get better over time as you keep doing runs and figuring out better synergies and what cards work for what builds. It is just a game that I think is just a joy, start to finish. And like I said, the multiplayer is like a really nice cherry on top because playing with friends is a lot of fun. I had a great time playing with Ryan, and I imagine it's even better playing it in a fucking 4-stack. I bet that goes ballistic. I don't have any real complaints. Like there's nothing in the game that I was like disappointed by. I will say that there are some cards in here that are utterly useless, just pure poop ass. Like you will never take them in a run, and if you do, you will feel like an idiot for it. There are just some genuinely awful, terrible cards in here that I think could use a little, sprucing up, a little tuning on. But for the most part, I think they do a good job with all the cards having a place and a role to serve and a function. Some cards obviously are much better than others, but yeah, that's always going to be the case. There's always going to be some cards that need a little tweaking, balancing, but I think just off rip here, they've done a really good job balancing things. Silent, I believe, is probably the strongest character in the game right now, but even then, I don't really think it's busted. Like, I don't think there's anything about Silent that makes it just like a complete cakewalk every single time. Like, you still need to activate neurons. It doesn't play itself. So, like, I have no problem with that being like the best character right now, and I still think it's in a good state overall in terms of balance. So I'm very happy with Slay the Spire 2. I'm really happy to see that it's doing so well right now. Over 500,000 concurrent players at peak is amazing. That's an incredible accomplishment, and I'm glad to see it holding so strong. Still over 200,000 players every single day? That's great. Hats off to the team. They knocked it out of the park. I just wanted to give you this little review as I continue to play through it, and of course post more of my runs on the Moist Critical Gaming channel. And really, that's about it. So, yeah. I'm going to try and use my power of incorrect predictions for good instead of evil. I will boldly, proudly, with my whole chest state that Bloodborne 2 will not be revealed at the Game Awards. A statement I didn't even think needed to be uttered, but the hopium, it's overflowing right now. The cup runneth over here for people to see Bloodborne 2 at the Game Awards next week, because Jeff Keighley posted a wacky statue, which does look very cool. It's a very aesthetically pleasing little doodad there, a little doohickey. And then there was a reply to it with a bunch of, like, redacted information, like it was fucking Epstein files there at the Game Awards. And this sent people into a frenzy trying to find ways to brute force Bloodborne into it to make it seem like this is confirmation it'll be Bloodborne 2. I don't buy into it at all. Would love to be wrong, though I'm gonna tell you, I'm batting with a tremendous record right now when it comes to my predictions on Bloodborne 2 not being real and probably never being real, at least not for many more moons to come. But anyway, let me show you the statue, let me show you the Game Awards riddle around it so you can start forming your own thoughts on what it could be. And then I want to tell you a little new piece of information that dropped this morning, a little tidbit that I think would be so fucking embarrassing if this actually is the reveal. But you know what would be even more embarrassing? If people found out you didn't shower using Cheeky soap. It's the best soap in the universe. What are you waiting for? And right now is the perfect time around the holiday season, because Queso and I just got our collab soap out. We got the Naughty and Nice. So go to usecheeky.com right now and really upgrade your hygiene game. Yes, I want to talk about the Jeff Keighley cryptic tweet that a lot of people are speculating could be a reference to Half-Life 3, to Bloodborne 2, and all that. So it's this right here. I already talked about it when it got posted. It's that right there, but the Game Awards replied with this. The blank are silent, blank bleeds, new blank stir. And that right there has been a bomb in the Bloodborne hopium community. It's a very cool statue, by the way. Very cool. They do this every year. Not really to this degree. There's never been a year where I thought, maybe it could be Bloodborne until now. And even then, I still don't really think that. I just think if someone's going to go this hard for, like, teasing an announcement, it's either gotta be something people have been begging for a long time, or a delusional company that's about to just beclown themselves in front of the entire Game Awards and God. Like, imagine this is all just an announcement for some, like, fucking shovelware gotcha game or something. It's definitely not going to be Elder Scrolls. If you want to know what I think it is, and I don't think anyone's going to be, like, necessarily pleased, I think it's Saros. So, if you look at Saros, and this is a game that's got, like, a lot of meat behind it, and it looks like a cool game. I think it's this. They've already teased this game before. The style of that statue is kind of similar. I think it's probably going to be Saros. And I also don't know how this would have, like, applied to Bloodborne other than the reach of, like, New Blood Stir or something, Moon Bleeds or whatever. I just do not think it's Bloodborne 2. But do you really think they would do all this marketing for a game that's already announced? Seems like a waste. Brother, it's the video game industry. Of course they would. They do all kinds of nonsensical shit. The hunters are silent. It could be. I'm kidding, it won't be. I'm still very confident this is not Bloodborne. I don't even think the style really looks all that Bloodborne-esque. This would be a crazy departure from the aesthetic of Bloodborne. It literally has to be Duskbloods. See, Duskbloods I could definitely see. Since we don't know a ton about it, it is FromSoft, so they'd probably go hog wild for it. I could definitely see it being Duskbloods. Diablo 4, maybe. That would be the most deflating shit. That'd be worse than a gacha game announcement. If they're just announcing a new patch. All we know for sure is that it's not God of War, Elder Scrolls 6, or Diablo. All those have been debunked. Unless it's a red herring, Just like when they said they weren't going to show us a Silent Hill trailer at the PlayStation Now like 6 months ago, and then they did at the end as a bait and switch. Diablo 4 Season 11 goes live on December 11th, 8:30 PST, right after the Game Awards. Take that as you will. God, that is going to be the most foolish fucking thing if this actually is Diablo 4. So now, what if I told you that there is quite a bit of meat behind the theory that this statue is related to the Lords of the Fallen? For those that don't remember, Lords of the Fallen, well, the original Lords of the Fallen was one of the worst Souls-like games for its time. That shit blew major ass. I even replayed that a few years back when I was going through like my Souls marathon, and I just couldn't finish it. It was too goddamn awful. They reignited that franchise 2 years ago with The Lords of the Fallen, and when this puppy released, let me tell you, it came to an overwhelming cacophony of meh. The reception was that the game was okay, it was mid. I played it on release, and it was clunky with a lot of problems, but it had some interesting ideas. Over the course of the last couple of years, they've released like 70 or something updates to it to try and put lipstick on that pig, and as I understand it, it is much better now than it was when it came out. So hats off to them for putting in the effort to make it better. I haven't gone through and tested it myself, but I'll trust people's words that it is in a much better state now than it was when it released. But even still, I don't know how strong the Lords of the Fallen community is to be salivating to such a degree that they would commit to this, like, big marketing push, this, like, cryptic thing, all to reveal more Lords of the Fallen content on its way. I feel like if that is the case, and I'll show you the evidence here, the audience will be silent. Like, even fans of Lords of the Fallen are saying, like, this would be pretty underwhelming if it's you guys doing this. Because, like, again, even though the game's in a better state now, it's not exactly something that people have been dreaming about, fucking soiling their britches hoping for, and getting, like, this really big, like, mystery ahead of the Game Awards where some big things do get revealed. It would feel very, like, if it is Lords of the Fallen 2. Anyway, though, they posted this tweet, "Something stirs within, ready to rupture," and people were quick to notice that something stirs within so soon after the Game Awards thing. Well, that's a little odd considering stirs is there as well. And the aesthetic of the statue does match the aesthetic in Lords of the Fallen. Also, the way Jeff Keighley initially tweeted, "Regal inspiring thickness," is very similar to how Lords of the Fallen tweeted, "Executions, tentacles, rotting corpses," all things also present on that statue. There is also mention on their Twitter of blood and bleeding. They like to use the word bleed a lot. So there are some things that seem to suggest this could be Lords of the Fallen related. But nothing concrete, nothing confirmed, but that right now seems to be the leading theory. And if that is the case, wow, what a letdown that will be. Like, I hope Lords of the Fallen 2 will be great and a huge improvement on the first one. But man, to get like everyone's hopes up that this could be something that we've been waiting for a long time, only to have it be Lords of the Fallen 2, would be such a shame. I feel like there'd be very few people that would find that satisfying if that's the reveal. I don't think there's gonna be fucking people pumping their fist, "Oh yeah!" or anything like that. But we'll see. Again, it's not confirmed to be Lords of the Fallen 2. This could still very well be something else, something big. But I don't think it's going to be any of, like, the crazy pie-in-the-sky ones. I don't think it's going to be Bloodborne 2. I think there's a fucking 0% chance of that. I think I'll probably hit a growth spurt before that game ever comes out. I don't think this is Half-Life 3 related at all. And I don't think this is Elder Scrolls related either. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a bit. That's it. See ya. With our modern technology and our advances in the scientific field, we're able to understand and explain a lot of things that occur in our universe, yet there's still one very human phenomenon that eludes all possible rational explanation, and that is fetishes. Fetishes are a lot like nipples. We all have them. Now, my personal belief is all fetishes are totally fine as long as no one's getting hurt and everyone has consented to the activity. It's totally consensual across the board. You know, whatever 2 consenting adults or even 5, 10 consenting adults want to do behind closed doors, totally up to them, totally within their right, and totally fine by me, just as long as all parties agree to it. You want to stick G.I. Joe action figures up your buttholes while getting pepper sprayed for sexual pleasure? Be my guest. That's fine by me. I personally wouldn't come because of something like that. That would be like some shit I'd see on 24 for some advanced torture shit, but to some people that might be pleasure. And for those people, that's fine with me. Now, that being said, if you're gonna put your fetish on YouTube, well, I think it's totally fine to make some jokes about it. Today we'll be exploring the wild and wacky world of clown fetishism, honk honk, and it's a fucking doozy. I can't show you half of the clown fetish videos I found on YouTube because a lot of them are just genuine porn. I watched an uninterrupted 5-minute porn scene between 2 clowns that had nudity. I don't know how half of the clown fetish videos are still on YouTube, maybe for educational purposes, or maybe YouTube's jerking off to it themselves, I really don't know. But I can show you a few of them that really capture the fetish in essence.
Hey Daddy, I've missed you. Where have you been? I want to be your boyfriend.
No, this is not a sneak peek into the upcoming It Chapter 2 movie. This is clown fetishism. I've been having a hard time debating with myself whether or not the video is real or a parody of clown fetish videos. It's really hard to distinguish for sure because a lot of clown fetish videos are very similar to this, just with nudity and a couple other people and nipple clamps. So it's really hard for me to deduce whether or not this was a genuine attempt to tease clown fetish enthusiasts to get them ready for action, or just kind of taking the piss out of clown fetishism. I really don't know for sure, but god damn it, it's definitely worth sharing regardless.
Daddy, do you like my hair? Is my hair pretty? Do I look pretty for you? Hey, Daddy, I know what you want to do. Do you want a balloon animal?
This guy's looking like the kind of birthday clown you'd find on Fiverr. Like if you were really trying to save money on your child's birthday, you'd hop on and hire this guy to go perform. He's looking like an alternate dimension Ronald McDonald who suffers from a crippling meth addiction and who has also just been defeated once and for all by the Hamburglar. I'd also like to say I really appreciate the voice he's putting on for the character. It really takes it to the next level. He sounds like a squeaky door mixed with a little bit of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I just wanted to remind you how beautiful you are.
Well, if you haven't filled your pants with cum yet, it's probably safe to say that you don't have a clown fetish, but I'm no expert, so I'm going to keep exposing you to these Rorschach paintings, and maybe you'll start seeing more clowns and more sexual awakenings within your own body. This next one is just from another clown fetishist, and she actually does something different. Her whole channel is based around clown fetishism. It's called Chorophilia, I believe. I'm going off memory, but I'm pretty sure it's Chorophilia, because the fear of clowns is chorophobia, I think. I could be totally fucking wrong. That might be like the fear of League of Legends. I honestly have no idea, but I think it's something like that. And her channel is based around that and talking about clown-related material.
Oh, well, don't mind if I do. Ooh.
So the Netflix adaptation Harley Quinn is drinking her cotton candy shake to entice the clown enthusiast while she goes over some clown content. And as far as fetishist content on YouTube goes, hers is about as tame as it gets. She just reviews clown shit while in clown fetish getup for most of her videos. If I scrolled 2 videos under hers, I found someone in full clown getup spanking bare ass cheeks with a university textbook. So as far as fetish content goes, that's about as tame as you're gonna find. But if you're looking for fetish content, you're probably not looking for tame, you little pussy. You're probably looking for some off-the-wall, wild clown shit, aren't you? Well, don't worry, I found something that I can kind of show snippets of. So here.
Sort of a kinky clown. And he's like, oh, what exactly does that mean? Are you doing anything illegal? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing anything illegal. But, you know, just kind of kinky, weird stuff, Dad. Beefy.
That was Ouchie the Clown. Ouchie the Clown's kind of a pioneer when it comes to the fetish. He even worked with some of the greats like Penn and Teller. I don't know if they're clown fetishists themselves, but they definitely collaborated on slapping some ass cheeks around and clamping down on some tits. These are the only 3 that I could find that I could even show on YouTube in any capacity, which is a fucking letdown. I was hoping there'd be more that I could show, but almost none of them are gonna fly. So unfortunately I can only show you these 3, but I've seen probably like 10, maybe like 15. No erections, so I don't think I have a clown fetish, but I guess you never know, maybe I haven't met the right clown. But I actually hypothesize that clown fetishism is going to be on the rise in the next year or so, because the clown emoji is so widely used all over Twitter and the internet in general. It's the newest big internet trend or meme, you know, here's your clown card, you left your clown shoes, clown, clown. So, you know, you never know. Maybe it's a sexual awakening across the globe, and maybe clown fetishism will become the new norm. It'll be weird not to fuck while dressed as a clown. You never really know. It's just a theory, a game theory. Just wanted to showcase the fetish. That's really just about it. So yeah. Pokemon scalpers are inventing a new, even more degenerate and diabolical meta for scamming and stealing Pokemon cards, using children for it. Well, involving children in the scam. 2 days ago I made that video about the whatnot seller who was resealing Pokemon packs and selling them, but using his son as the one on stream to open the packs for the buyers and just drumming it up as like a family business. This is so hype. Look at my son. He's ripping Pokemon packs. We're so proud. This is amazing. Whoops. Turns out we repackaged all of them to give you trash for a huge markup. Sorry, you caught us. He literally even like admits to being caught on the live stream. And now I just saw another video about a couple that was stealing Pokemon cards from Target using their 1-year-old as like the method. So they brought their 1-year-old son to Target so that way they could unlock the stroller tech from the passive tree here. So they had their child in the stroller and were pushing him around and then would take Pokemon product and conceal it in the stroller to steal it. Now, the title of the video says that they left the child in the car while they went in there and stole, but I don't think that's exactly the case. I haven't found too much information beyond the body cam about what exactly happened. My understanding with the way it's described is that they had the child in the store using him for crime, basically, not them leaving him in the car. But either could be true and both are bad. The kid thought he was going on a fun adventure with mommy and daddy, but he was actually involved in their little crime escapades here. An unwilling accomplice. He had no clue.
So, pick that time to steal Pokemon cards, man.
Yeah. Just so we have an understanding, she had nothing.
She was right there with you when you conceived it.
It is totally me, man. Totally me, 100% me.
You guys put the Pokemon cards into the...
Yeah, I will give them back, of course. This 100% my responsibility, sir.
A pretty admirable attempt here from the guy to just fall on the sword. No, she's totally innocent. It was all my galaxy brain scheme. It was all my nefarious plot here. She had no clue what was going on. It was all me. So he's trying to, like, you know, isolate her from this so that way she doesn't get in trouble. And then he also generously says he's willing to give the cards back. That's very sweet of you.
Seriously, honest to God, I am short on my rent, and they are very valuable. And I was hoping to pull something in order to make up the money I'm short on my rent.
Were the cards in the car?
Yeah.
I know, where are they
in the back seat.
And by the way, you can't say she had nothing to do with it when that's all you guys came in here for. And you concealed it right next to her. Just so you're aware of that.
His hero plan, unfortunately, falls a bit short because they have surveillance camera footage and they can clearly see she was directly involved in this plan and acted to help conceal it and work to get the Pokemon cards out of there. So it kind of ultimately ended up looking like that scene from Kong Skull Island where that guy pops 2 grenades to sacrifice himself to kill the monster, but the monster just hits him with the tail and he gets flown into a fucking wall and blows up. It didn't work, is the point.
Say, I don't know if it would make a difference. Is there any way we could pay for it?
This isn't an apology type of thing. You've already done it. You know what I mean? There's no way to just suddenly, hey, we're going to pay for everything because we got caught by the police.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you also stole stuff with the baby.
Yeah, but
That doesn't matter.
I have the money for it. I can pay
but
it.
as I just told him, that's not how this works. You don't get to suddenly want to pay for things after you get caught by the police.
Fourth quarter, back up against the wall, throwing out the Hail Mary. They try to, pay for it after the fact. That didn't fly either. So they are both facing not just like the small-time theft. The officers also threw out the possibility of pursuing child endangerment against them because they involved their child in this crime, which they argue puts them in a path of danger. Should Gary Oak roll up and start airing the place out, trying to stop him from stealing the Pokemon cards, the kid is now in harm's way. Basically, they brought the kid for the sole purpose of executing this crime. Now again, the title says that the child was left in the car, but all of the information in the video seems to indicate that the kid was present. Also, if the kid wasn't in the stroller in the first place, there would be no point to bringing the baby anyway. So that wouldn't even make sense unless they had like a decoy, like they had like a baby doll in the stroller. But then again, why would they bring like the actual flesh and blood human being there? So I have to imagine that they did actually bring him in the store to do this. Though if they did leave him in the car, that is also equally dangerous. You do not leave a child in a hot car. That, everyone should know that. This happened in Florida. You especially don't do it in Florida. If they did leave him in the car, who knows how long they were in the store for. That is extremely unfair and irresponsible to the kid if he was left unattended in that car. But I'm leaning towards the idea that they brought him in the store to do this. Worth mentioning, I haven't slept in over 28 hours. There is a good chance that maybe I'm just completely wrong there. I just thought I'd put that on the record. But either way, still not good. Regardless, stealing Pokemon cards by using your baby to help you accomplish it is fucking unhinged. This is so avoidable. Like, ruining your life just to get your hands on some Pokemon merchandise to flip because you're a scalper is just so low. It is shameless to involve your child in it as well.
Thank you. I'll go get the first one.
We have child endangerment on both of them.
For what?
They had their... How old is your child? A year-old, then they used the stroller as cover for it. Decent human, you literally put your 1-year-old child in danger.
How is that?
You cannot do a crime and then nothing happens because you have a kid.
It is happening. I'm going to
You use
jail.
the stroller as a ways of concealing the merchandise.
And I'm getting arrested.
And so is she. I need you to call your dad and come pick him up.
Please.
The other officers didn't seem super on board with his evaluation here about child endangerment, so I don't know if that stuck or anything, but this was him explaining it to them. Regardless of what charges were ultimately, brought against them, this was just so fucking avoidable. Like stealing Pokemon cards from Target by using your baby and its stroller to conceal them is just like, how can you sink so low? They say that they were short on rent, so the plan was to steal these Pokemon products, open them, hoping for a big hit, fingers crossed, praying for a big hit, so they could sell it to nearby game shops. That is like, in the world of scalping, that is even stupider than most scalpers. Why would you open the product? Just sell the product itself in that case. You are not going to hit, most likely. You are not going to make more money buying the product, opening it, praying for like the big hit that'll grade it like a fucking PSA 10. Like, it's not like that is a pipe dream.
Are you guys going to other stores and doing this?
No, sir.
So how do you guys have so many Pokemon cards?
No, I've been collecting for years.
That's what I'm saying, but these are all new cards, man. They're all like fresh out of the pack.
Yeah, the ones that I have?
The ones that are in there, yeah.
Yeah, those are, if you see the sleeves in there, they're all sleeved up, well taken care of, fresh out of my binder. We were taking them to the game store, Prodigy.
Okay, cool. Alright, be right back.
He apparently had a lot of Pokemon cards that he claims he had been collecting for years. The officer notes that they seem pretty fresh and new, so it's probably not like years old cards or anything. It seems like it is some pretty brand spanking new puppies in there that he is saying that he was going to go sell to not GameStops, the game stores. Well, maybe GameStops. I'm pretty sure they take Pokemon cards. They fucking grade them there now. They have like a wizard on standby who's just like, yeah, it's probably like a 9 or a 10 maybe. I have no idea how it works. Not important regardless. His plan was to take these hits, sell them, and then pay rent, is what he said the goal was. Of course, no way of knowing if that's true or if he is just someone who is a scalper who turns around and sells it because it's hot right now and people make money doing it. I have no idea if the story about the rent is true or not. They then searched his car and found some other stuff, like a marijuana cigarette or something, and he got in trouble for that as well. Big mess, all of which entirely avoidable if he didn't try and steal Pokemon cards from Target using a baby and his stroller to try and smuggle the Pokemon sacred cards out of the store with. Just super crazy, the state of Pokemon cards right now. It's unbelievable. That's about it. See ya.
This is some good presentation we got here.
Well, we want to be surprised too.
Yeah, this is exciting for us. Yeah. It's the Popeyes One Piece collab. People lining up all over the place trying to get their Szechuan sauce, gum blueberry blaster. There's something in the Thousand Sunny Super Soaker or whatever else.
Everything you just named is better than what they did, I think. Well, they did Gum Fruit Lemonade. Yesterday we tried via Uber, and we had 3 drivers cancel. The third one called me, and he was like, dude, this place is fucking nuts. Like, I've been waiting for 30 minutes. I got up to the front, and they told me they don't have anything One Piece.
And they also have many videos showing the lines of people at Popeyes trying to get their hands on it, trying to get that treasure for themselves to sell it on Facebook Marketplace for $250.
$250 was the cheapest we found on Facebook.
Yep.
So then, get this. I messaged Uber yesterday because Popeyes doesn't do what they're supposed to do when you don't have the items. They don't cancel it on Uber. They do not cancel the order, so I have to, which means I still get charged. Yeah. So I reach out to Uber support. They were like, we got you, no problem. This morning, I tried again through Uber. Popeyes calls, we don't have the items. Won't cancel the order. I have to cancel. Uber goes, fuck you. You have to pay for it. They already started the order. I was like, here's where they said they don't have the items. And they were like, they made your meal. And I talked to 4 people at customer support. I paid for the goddamn thing. They won't take it back.
Really?
I am either going to sue them or charge it back. I'm not sure which yet, but I'm pissed.
Just do both.
Yeah,
that's
fuck
awesome.
Uber, fuck Popeyes, fuck everybody involved in this, except for One Piece.
That is crazy,
Yeah, let's pull it out.
Let's get in there.
So this is the Luffy Bento box.
Luffy Bento.
It is $14.99 plus tax. Mm-hmm. It comes with the mac and cheese.
Nice.
The chopper cupcake. Oh, Jesus.
There's no actual box.
Well, there is.
We just don't have it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, is that the box?
I've seen... No, this is just Popeye's box. I've seen... There's the plastic bento box. And then I've seen they have this with, like, Luffy swirls on it. We don't get either of those.
No, they ran out.
So it's just 2 pieces of chicken.
Popeye's chicken.
Wow. Now, if you're sitting there going, man, I wish they had everything, I've got good news for you. Chelsea's walking in that door in a minute with another one.
Yeah.
Because did I send everybody to try to get them and forget to communicate when someone did? Yes.
But it's good because maybe she'll get the coveted Luffy Popeyes box.
Yes. We are shooting every shot we can.
And we can turn around and sell it for a huge 100 million berry bounty on Facebook.
We could just make $200 by flipping it real quick.
This makes sense though, because the one that was $250 was more the paper box. Mm-hmm. The ones I saw that were the actual plastic bento box were $500 plus.
Oh wow! That we could be in the big green pretty soon.
I don't like this.
Whatever they want on Facebook Market.
Yeah, it doesn't mean people are buying. That's true.
I know they are selling.
Yeah, that's
the thing.
All right, so you get 2 pieces of chicken.
Well, you get 1 drum.
And 1 whole chicken.
1 whole piece.
That's crazy.
That's cool. This is Chopper. This is his leg, and this is
Chopper after his sensu beans.
After he takes one of the rumble balls.
And then they turned him into a cupcake. Is that, I haven't watched One Piece really, is a cupcake a significant item to Chopper?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
not really.
Sure, right.
He's really sweet. Like, he's a sweet guy.
He's just sweet. Yeah, alright, let's try the chicken.
Are you going for the low one?
I'm gonna take a bite of the drum first, I guess.
I'll go into this one. I guess this is just a Popeyes.
Can you grab some paper towels or something?
I'm gonna tell you something. I haven't had their drums, I don't think. Kinda good. That's pretty good.
I was about to say, I can't tell you the last time in my life I ate Popeye's chicken. That kind of slaps.
It goes kind of crazy.
Because you gotta go when it opens to get the good stuff.
The fact that how long of a drive was this?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh.
Well, there's Popeyes 2 here.
To
like
me,
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
That is still hot and crispy. Like the crunch on that's insane.
Bro, this drum goes.
Popeyes can make some goddamn chicken, dude. I'm now excited they're bringing more. This is crazy.
I thought for sure this would be some mid-ass shit, like some actual forgettable garbage. It's going nuts. This is nice. You think they did it special for Luffy?
Probably. It's probably not normally this good. Oh my. Let me break out this mac and cheese.
Yeah, let's get disappointed now that we're happy.
Did they give you a utensil?
Nice. Sport. Smells like mac and cheese. You're just gonna finish your drumstick? That's a good idea.
It's very good. I feel like I'm part of the crew. Is that good?
That's good.
Is it really? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh my. Popeyes, you've done it again.
Didn't Popeyes win our chicken?
The chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
But they're
the bracket.
You might recall in season 1, this channel, when we did the normal chicken tenders tier list, they were F tier.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. It was actually inedible.
Yeah, because I remember what we said was their nuggets too. Ass.
Terrible.
They did the sandwich and the tenders very differently, so the tenders were shit. I know this chicken is not exactly what this video is about, but it is unreal. Mac and cheese. Good mac and cheese too. It's well seasoned.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Tell it to them.
We don't have anything cool One Piece related, but damn it, it's a decent meal. That's a kind of a good meal.
Damn. Also, wait, side note, I realized we did the new Whopper. We need to do new Burger King. I didn't realize they changed a bunch of their menu items.
What did they
You
change?
wouldn't believe what their nuggets look like. I'm gonna show you a picture and you're gonna pass out.
Yeah,
let me get it.
This had better be fucking good because that was a really hard sell on these chicken nuggets.
Are you like sponsored by Burger King? What's going on?
No, fuck Burger King.
Man, I'm really surprised by how good this meal is. Of all the collab meals we've had, this is the tastiest one.
See this picture?
You haven't even had any of the new stuff yet. You're just eating Popeyes.
but thank God it's Popeyes because the food's good. You might think you're looking at McDonald's nuggets. You're not.
That's Burger King?
That's Burger King's new nuggets.
Show Danny. He won't believe it.
It's McDonald's, but Burger King. It looks like McDonald's, don't even lie.
I thought they were going to be doing backflips or something. The way you were like, you'll
It's
never
a
believe
picture.
what these nuggets
We don't know
look
what
like.
they're doing.
They
It's
look
not a
like
video.
nuggets that exist already.
All right, shut up.
All right.
That's why we're...
Power up with your devil fruit juice.
So what is the flavor?
Damn, that goes crazy to it. They're really cooking over there.
Oh no, they need to put this at Swig.
Wait a minute.
What is the gum flavor?
I don't know.
Nobody knows, but now we can't go in the ocean.
That was so good.
What is the... I'll do the research.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You can't tell from flavor?
Not really.
Maybe
You
like
should- you should try that though.
a raspberry?
Yeah, it's some
Oh
kind
no. Oh yeah. Blue raspberry, lemonade,
Blue
and
raspberry.
pineapple, blue raspberry, orange, and lemon.
They crushed that.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
That's juice, baby.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's very good. Man, I truly expected we'd be getting in here with like the fucking water poop fruit, like the diarrhea Magellan meal or something, but this is really good.
Well, you don't know yet. That might come later.
That might be this. They should treat it like the bean boozles they used to do with the jelly beans, where it's like you might get the gum fruit,
yeah.
you might get the poo fruit.
That's
like
true.
You don't know.
Everything's really impressive.
I can't imagine I'm going to be impressed by this. This is where I think it all falls apart.
They're calling that a cupcake?
They are calling it a cupcake, and it kind of just looks like that.
It's a lot of.
Let me like pull some out here.
A lot of frosting. That's not bad.
Pink little cake. Some sprinkles.
It doesn't look bad.
Does it give you the feeling of chopper?
It's not bad. It just doesn't stand up to the hype of the other 3 items we had.
It's just very...
Great news, guys. We got the
one piece Popeye meal. Please tell me it came with the...
Is it in the bento box?
Please.
Everybody's eating
Please.
every day.
I don't think it is.
No, it's not.
It's
Is that it? That is it.
It's got the fucking 1,000 sunny buns on the side.
County.
We did it. You fucking did it. Look at this shit.
Oh, he's got two. She's got two of them.
All right, now here's the best thing. Aaron already knew that other people had it. Chelsea already knew. Zach has no fucking idea that we have One Piece bento boxes. He's coming in all excited. Yeah. Oh my.
Is the presentation different?
It is nicer. It is, yeah. It's all in one. Luffy would like that. Mm-hmm. All right, now we can do the real review here. We got Luffy on the front.
Yes.
Popeye's X One Piece on the back. Not as good as all the cheeky anime collabs, which you can check at the link in the description. We got Solo Leveling. We got Chainsaw Man. We got Your Mother.
Damn right. We got that old broad in there. Trapped that
battle axe.
Trapped her soul in a bar of soap.
She's sitting there going, please
let me out.
Rubber all over your butt.
You guys should make a prison realm bar.
What else we got in here that's different? I mean, I didn't get a drummy last time, so I'm gonna eat that.
Enjoy your drummy. It's good, right?
Do you hear that?
I do hear that.
Yo, Popeye goes crazy.
That was such a good crunch.
Mm.
This is like the freshest stuff too. Like they were smiley. They made this chicken for you guys.
They were so fresh at the one I went to that when I pulled up, I sat in the drivay for 5 minutes with no answer.
I got there 30 minutes early.
Hey. Like 5 minutes and the woman was laughing and went, what?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's delicious.
I didn't know they had game like that. That is lethal swag.
I would say this is the worst thing in the collab.
And it's not even bad.
No, it's not. It's just unoffensive.
It was just mid. Which is crazy because like in any other collab, this would probably be the superstar because everything else is mid.
I completely agree. In all the other collabs we've had, this clears.
Yeah.
And it's
the weakest.
I guess all we're naming in the collab though is the box and the lemonade.
Yeah.
Compared to Popeye's chicken and mac and cheese, all of the collabs suck.
I am thoroughly impressed. I would say it's not worth waiting in like a 45-minute line.
No. What are you people doing that drives you to go wait in these
scalping?
lines?
It's scalping.
They're selling them for $500 on Facebook Marketplace.
But who's buying that? Like, what drives? Is somebody buying that?
Let's
Or
auction off the ones you guys ate out of. See how much we can get.
We should legitimately list these two like actual One Piece boxes
And
for
just
$250
see what happens.
just to see if anyone bites. We don't have to sell it to
You
them.
should list the other ones who would be like the One Piece meal was in this.
I ate a One Piece meal out of this.
That's a great idea.
Just for like 50.
All right, so we'll try listing them.
Yeah, try listing them. We'll let you know how that goes.
Dude, I know we keep saying it. That mac and cheese, that chicken,
very good.
Just unreal.
Very, very good.
I should stop eating it. All right, would you say this is the best anime collab we've had so far?
I think comfortably. I can't think of any other like even just general collab meal we've had that's this good.
You forget about the
sauce.
Sweetie meal.
The Sweetie.
The Sweetie meal where like she sold you McDonald's food. Nothing new.
Well, she had the sauce, the Saweetie and sour or something.
Wait, are these different colors?
That one's a little different.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Awesome job, Popeyes.
Good
Keep
work.
it up.
Good work.
If you're watching this Popeyes corporate and you want to do a Popeyes X Cheeky collab, you let us know.
Yeah,
we'll soap this up.
Damn right. I go crazy. All right.
We did it. We just got to turn the cameras back on when Zach walks in. I want his reaction.
It's in his hands. No, it's Wawa.
Did you get the plastic pinto or no?
No, that is Popeyes.
No, they didn't give me the special
Oh,
one.
they gave him the non-Luffy boxes.
Yeah.
So what happened, Zach, was I sent a bunch of people to Popeyes.
And then we
got to tell anybody
have a
when
bunch.
the others got to Popeyes.
Yeah.
But the good news, Zach, look at all this.
We did get some loot. You're a big One Piece fan, right?
I am. I love one.
Your reward for getting that bento box is to see this bento box.
Oh, he got the box too. Oh, did you get the box?
Well, let him have the One Piece box.
Whoa! Shit.
We all got it.
No, not Aaron. This is what Aaron got.
They said, no.
No spoilers yet.
Fake fan.
How would you like a piece of chicken?
I got my own.
All right.
He was prepared.
Well, you'll be happy to know, Zach, the collab was great because the chicken and mac and cheese was good.
Extremely good.
The lemonade, delicious. The cupcake.
Don't. He has to watch the video. Don't tell him.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I wonder how the cupcake was.
And we made almost $1,000 off the boxes.
Oh yeah. Well, and if we can get 50 for each of these, it's probably over.
Is there more, Popeye?
Chase, you're a big One Piece fan. How does this make you feel? 1 to 10.
7.
Awesome, dude.
Nice.
That's a glowing review.
That's huge.
Oh, it says meet now, adventure later.
Nice.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, it was good. It's not often that a game actually surprises me. Usually I'm pretty good at watching a trailer for a game and having a pretty strong sense of if I'm going to like it or not. I always do approach them with open mind and open cheeks. I'm always willing to be, proven wrong on my preconceptions coming in, whether it's positive or negative. If there's something I think I'm going to love but ends up being trash, I'm more than willing to take that on the chin, or vice versa. If there's something I go in expecting abominable dog shit, but then I get served a wonderful, tasty cuisine, I don't just stubbornly stick and cling to what I expected going in. Point is, like your mother's legs, I'm always open. It's very rare, though, for a game to completely blindside me. And that's what just happened with High on Life 2. I fucking hated the first High on Life. I despised it. There was pretty much nothing in that game I liked other than the idea behind the guns, because it reminded me of Oddworld. But everything sucked major ass. It sucked farts through a crazy straw. I couldn't stand playing it. It was janky. It was boring. The writing didn't make me laugh. None of the characters ever shut the fuck up for even a second. It was just unrelenting cringe, and I just felt like the game overall was a snooze fest. I didn't like anything about the first High on Life. And High on Life 2 gets announced, and it looked a little better, but I thought for sure there's no way this was going to win me over. There's no way I was going to like it. But since I play like every game ever made for my gaming channel, I gave all of them a fair shake. I, of course, checked out High on Life 2. Much to my delight, the game actually slaps. But it has one unforgivable sin, and if you've seen any of the reviews, you already know what I'm going to mention: the performance. The performance of High on Life 2 for the vast majority of players is unforgivable. It shouldn't have released in this state. For a lot of players, it doesn't even work. And that is completely unacceptable. They should have given this a little bit more time to bake in order to iron out those performance issues that so many players have been having. I've read that they've gotten a little better for some people, but still that doesn't excuse releasing a broken product. So that, of course, is a non-starter for a very good reason for a lot of people. I, however, did not have those performance issues outside of like the occasional stuttering and 1 or 2 crashes. So I got lucky in that regard, but I also have a fucking monster of a PC. So I want to give you my thoughts on it, and if you want to see the whole playthrough, it's up on Moist Critical Gaming. Go subscribe. Basically every game ever made, I'm playing over there. Anyway, High on Life 2 is such a significant improvement in every possible area over the first one. It is much more fun to play, and I think the main thing that contributes to that is their emphasis on movement. So in High on Life 2, you have a skateboard. You get it very, very early. And the skateboard is fun. It is fast. It gives you movement options. You get air dash. You get grinds and shit. There's a lot that you can do with the skateboard that makes the movement feel very, very fast, which is great. But it's not just that that's an improvement. So let's take it from the top. So I actually cared about the story and the characters in this one, which I would have never expected going into this because I hated every character in the first High on Life. But somehow in this one, it works. They had like a complete overhaul of their approach to writing characters and writing jokes and just the world around High on Life 2. And it works so much better. The way I describe this game is a modern 360 title. Every second I spent playing High on Life 2, I felt like I was in middle school again playing the Xbox 360 with some kind of wacky, zany game. It was really, really creative, especially its boss fights. Like, there is a boss in here that shrinks down to Ant-Man size, and you have to follow him by following his coffee stains that he leaves behind, which isn't the most creative part, but what happens is, when you do take down his health bar, you do, throw him up against the lockers and shake him down for his lunch money. He has a phase 2, but not in the way you think. he infiltrates the game itself. So what he does is he gets inside of your suit, and your suit is your UI, it's your menu. So now you as the player have to fight him in your suit, meaning you fight him throughout your menus. So like he's fucking around with your sliders and stuff, and you have to like fight him with hitting him with the slider. He's messing around with like character dialogue because there's an option to turn it up or off, which that's a great quality of life feature there. And he turns it to ultra, so you immediately just start like, you get panicked because the last thing you want is every character to go back to like High on Life 1 level where they won't shut the fuck up. And he's like exploiting that, and you have to like fight him to stop him from doing that. It is so creative. And then there's so many like mini games in that fight. So like there's a section where you have to like chase him through like your face mask, and the only way to get him is like you have to stab yourself in the eye with knifey. And you're literally stabbing yourself while he's playing basically Donkey Kong. It's really creative is what I'm saying. They actually went kind of whole hog into just, fuck it, we're just going to send the silliest ideas and hopefully people like it. And I really appreciated that. I really like the vibe of just, here's a crazy little wacky boss fight with mechanics that really come out of nowhere and don't make any sense in a lot of cases, but are really fun to engage with like a ton of tiny little mini games within the fight. I really appreciated the creativity of things like that. And like I said, the story is already better. The characters don't talk as much, and the writing on them is better, so it's not as nauseating, it's not as eye-rolling. That's not to say everything hits. There's a lot of shits. There's a lot of jokes in here that definitely don't land, but for the most part, it's a lot better. It's a huge improvement in its writing. And another huge improvement is its gameplay. Like, it is much tighter. High on Life 1, I thought, was so janky and so slow, it was just a slog every time you got into a gunfight. Here, it's really enjoyable. They don't really change the formula all that much or anything, but with the addition of the skateboard making it faster, and also just the guns being fun to use here, like I think there's a lot of like creativity with the guns. Of course, you have like the trick hole things that you can use that change the way that you approach a fight. So like Creature, for example, you mind control an enemy, he'll fight with you for a while, and you shoot out his, like, kids that'll do damage and, like, start fighting the enemies for you. And you're skateboarding around the whole time, and you can fling your skateboard at people to hit them with it and do damage. The melee is kind of non-existent. Like, there's not a whole lot to do with melee. You just swing knifey sometimes for a little bit of damage, so it's not like there's, like, a big, emphasis on melee or anything. But overall, the gunplay was better, the gameplay was tighter, and it was faster. So it's just a huge improvement across the board in its gameplay. Now, I do want to make it clear that doesn't mean that it's like the best gunplay you'll ever play in your life, but it is good. Like, it's above serviceable. Like, I enjoyed fighting things in the game. But it's very bare bones, and enemy variety is kind of non-existent, so you're fighting the same enemies a million times over and over and over again. And the upgrades you get for your guns are mainly like ammo count, damage count, and then there are occasionally like a couple of like tweaks to the guns that you can find through upgrades, which are, appreciated. But for the most part, it's very simple stuff. Like, there's nothing overly deep about its gameplay or its mechanics. It's all very simple, but it's done well enough that it's enjoyable. Another nice thing about the game is there's quite a bit to do. So I spent 9 hours on it, and I only did one side quest. I didn't do like a whole lot of exploring or side quests. I did like a little bit, but not much. And I was looking into it. There is like actually quite a lot of meat on the bones here. There is a handful of like important stuff outside of the main story, and a lot of like really creative things as well. So like there's an escape room that you can do, which is completely optional. I didn't even find it in my playthrough, even when I was exploring. And it can actually change the entire ending. I don't want to spoil it. It's a very, very cool thing that can unfold. And there's a lot of things like that in High on Life 2. So if you're someone that really likes to get lost in a world and likes to see, some things change as a result of choices you make, High on Life 2 actually has that. Which again, I would have never fucking expected. The end of the game, a lot of choices I made throughout the game ended up playing a significant role. Again, I don't want to spoil it, because it's very, very creative in how it utilizes your choices at the end. It was impressive. Really, everything about High on Life 2 shocked me. Because again, I hated the first one, and I had no expectations at all with this one. And I was kind of blown away. Now, not to get like carried away here, the game isn't like, a masterpiece or anything. It's still got plenty of flaws. And like I said, it is a very, very simple game. But I think that's what made me appreciate it so much. It really made me feel like I was playing like a 2009 Xbox 360 game that just unapologetically threw all kinds of quirky fucking ideas at the wall and just threw them all in a pot and, you know, popped this puppy out here. And some of it works, some of it doesn't. And I really enjoyed that. I really, really did. So, yeah, I wanted to just make a review on this one because this is probably the most surprised I've been with a game in a while. It's not my favorite game of the year or anything. That still goes to Neo 3. But, man, was this delightful. That's really about it. So, yeah. Good news. Phoenix Wright just lost a client as I will no longer be requiring his services. The potential lawsuit that I was wrapped up in is no longer being pursued. It is amicably being banished to the Shadow Realm, so it's done and dusted. I even talked to Brad Arnold on the phone a couple of times, who is one of the people listed in the demands letter that was teetering on lawsuit. And he was very friendly and apologetic about the whole thing, and he was kind of filling me in on things with this system that he didn't even know was going on and he didn't agree with. And I think there's actually a lot to talk about in regards to how this even happened in the first place. But first, let me give you the lay of the land here in case you don't know the lore with what's going on. To bring you up to speed, the previously on Dragon Ball Z, if you have no clue what I'm talking about, yesterday I made a video going over how I might be sued, as I had been served some very hefty legal paperwork. It was spearheaded by an IP law firm believing that I was liable for potential copyright infringements and damages in the many tens of thousands of dollars, even into the six figures. In the papers, there was a sense of urgency to comply and respond, and failure to do so would enact even bigger penalties, and that would be when the full lawsuit would come through. What I received was the demands. And when I received this, I was of course pretty skeptical because there are a lot of like fraudulent bad actors out there that are phishing. Who knows, this could have been fucking pages from the Death Note for all I knew. It was representing two YouTubers, Brad Arnold and Reed Timmer. And I didn't immediately recognize who that was. And I don't do like React content or anything, so I was pretty confused. I thought this may have just been, you know, potential phony baloney, you know, suing local Florida man because he pooped when he meant to fart, you know. I thought this could be made in error, especially because the language in the paperwork was very fishy, saying like I used it multiple times, but then it just listed the same YouTube video twice as if they were separate instances. It was a live stream I did during Hurricane Milton. I live in Tampa, so Hurricane Milton came through with the fucking meat. And I was streaming during it, and of course I was checking in on Milton to see what the fuck was going on out there with this hurricane that was in my own backyard here slapping us around. And some of the footage that I showed one was from Ryan Hall, y'all, who had footage from Brad Arnold in it, and the other was a bit of Reed Timmer. They were both storm chasing Hurricane Milton at the time, and in total, the footage that was used across both of their work was less than 2 minutes, and it was very, very briefly shown just to stay knowledgeable on what was happening, both for my own safety and just, of course, to like show the audience, this is the hurricane that's here. It was not copying it or stealing it or trying to like make money off it or anything like that. I reached out to both of them privately just to check, hey, are these real right here? Are we dealing with big naturals or is this all, you know, like fake? What's going on? I just wanted to verify the authenticity, but 2 days went by and I didn't hear back. And since the paperwork did express a very real sense of urgency, I made the assumption that, okay, this must have been something they signed off on. So I got my legal team on it. And then I made that video yesterday, bringing everyone up to speed on what's happening. And I also do think it was just an important topic to talk about in general, because it is concerning that if you do show like less than like a handful of seconds worth of like a content during a natural disaster, you could somehow be liable for many thousands of dollars. Like that is something that most people cannot afford to like take that kind of hit, especially when there was no wrongdoing, no malicious copying or stealing of someone else's work, just textbook fair use, staying knowledgeable on a natural disaster and using a couple of brief snippets of footage to stay up to date on what's going on. And getting served paperwork like that with like the very serious nature, the very serious amount of money on the line, I imagine is very scary to a lot of people that would receive it. I don't know how many people got this big blast here, that I don't know. It feels like it was a shotgun approach, and boy howdy did they load that birdshot in. And both Reed Timmer and Brad Arnold were quick to respond and also quick to, like, retract this whole thing, both saying the same thing. They didn't even know this was happening. So I'm just going to clue you in on everything here. The company, Viral DRM, is a company that has actually reached out to Matt before. And from what I can tell, they are now getting into the space of trying to represent creators as a digital rights manager to enforce their copyright, to smack down, bad actors that might be using it for their own personal gain, so that way you can come in and take the pie back. And that's kind of the business model. The firm was not Viral DRM. I believe the firm was contracted by Viral DRM. They're an IP law firm. They're a very real firm that does IP law. And it's very clear that none of this was ever walked by Reed Timmer or Brad Arnold. They didn't know. Both of them have said the same thing. They did not know I was named in this. And Brad Arnold went a step further, saying he doesn't know when they even send this out to others that are using it. That has now come to his attention now. That they are not even brought up to speed with who their digital rights manager is even going after and what for. Now, based on the conversations I've had and from what I've gathered here, I believe the process is Viral DRM has this content that they have the rights to protect. They log it into their systems, and then their system will start to flag instances of that content appearing in other works that maybe didn't get a license deal or anything go through. So it will now see that that is flagged internally as a potential problem. Then it feels like they go full Yosemite Sam here, firing from the hip, shoot first, ask questions later, making the assumption that it must be a bad actor doing something, nefarious with this content to try and avoid paying for it, and thus action must be taken. And according to what Reed Timmer and Brad Arnold are saying, they don't even consult them first or anything. They just take matters into their own hands and do it without ever even bringing them up to speed on what's going on or why in regards to that content. Without ever even checking with their clients here, in this case Reed Timmer and Brad Arnold, do you want to pursue this? They're just doing it without even consulting them. And it's something that Brad Arnold mentioned is pretty disturbing to him that needs to change. So he's already trying to get a handle on that so this doesn't happen to other creators or other people going forward, because it is an issue. Yes, it sucks that I got served this paperwork, but imagine all the other people that might have this exact same legal documents, stack of legal documents sitting on their desk right now panicking that it hasn't been retracted because Brad Arnold and Reed Timmer don't even know they got it, because Viral DRM has already just went through all of this without talking to them first. When it takes 2 seconds for Reed Timmer and Brad Arnold to see, in my case, how it was utilized and be like, oh, that's totally fine. What the fuck? What are we doing here in the first place? This is a huge mistake. There's a big misunderstanding. Why are we even this far down the road on it? The reason why they even have someone manage the rights of their content, as I understand it, keep in mind I'm a little new to the whole Storm Chaser ecosystem here and how their content gets exploited and all of that. But the reason why Storm Chasers sign with these agencies and these managers is because apparently there has been a history of organizations media outlets stealing the content for their broadcasts without paying the licensing fee that they charge to license it out, or they'll do it uncredited, and they'll just take it without ever even contacting the Storm Chaser. And Storm Chasers, as I understand it, they pay out of pocket for these missions, really. So they have these managers manage the rights of it, so that way that doesn't happen. So if a media outlet comes in, takes the content without paying them, it now gets flagged internally, so now they can reach out and try and get that money that they are owed for the work. But it is clearly, fucking digivolved into something far different, where now it's extending to the entire internet space, where anyone now that shows even a brief section of the work is on the hook. Which is, I think, very different than how Reed Timmer and Brad Arnold intended for it to be utilized, especially with how Brad Arnold talked about it to me on the phone. He does not agree with how it is being utilized like this. It's just very odd. It almost feels like it's designed to be there for, a settlement, as opposed to going through, the entire process. Because it took Brad and Reed 2 seconds to get caught up to speed with what was going on and why, and say oh, this is a big mistake. This shouldn't be happening. But the viral DRM has already gone through all of it, and I'm now served these papers. So it feels like they just built the case very quickly, and it feels very weird to me, because I don't think, like, if this didn't get retracted, like, if this went through the entire song and dance, the bells and whistles, I really don't think there's a world in the fucking multiverse that Doctor Strange would peer into where this would win. So it's just, the whole thing is just odd to me. I do think that there was probably paperwork signed between Reed Timmer, Brad Arnold, Viral DRM, about how they have, like, full autonomy to manage their rights in whatever way they deem appropriate. But I don't know if Reed Timmer and Brad Arnold were aware of things like this happening. And based on how I was speaking with Brad Arnold and what he was talking about, it seems like he doesn't really like that. He doesn't know what's going on in regards to how his content is managed here and, like, this litigious nature. And like, it seems like the whole purpose is to stop, like, legitimate bad actors from stealing it and circumventing, like, the licensing fee and that kind of thing, which this was not doing here. And again, I have no idea if this went to a lot of people or just me. I don't know. Anyway, though, I'll stop blabbering here. Like I said, I did talk to Brad Arnold on the phone, and he was a very nice guy and very understanding of, like, how messy all of this was here. So, and like I said in the last video, there's no ill will here from my end towards Reed Timmer or Brad Arnold for this. I appreciate it being handled so quickly here, and I've got my fingers crossed, really hoping that if others do have this, it can be actually looked at from all parties here to see, is it a mistake like it was in this case here? So hopefully all of this can be, you know, more buttoned up and better in the future, so it can actually be used to protect their content from people that are actually trying to steal it, rip them off, and that kind of thing. So wishing both Reed Timmer and Brad Arnold the best here. I know they both have YouTube channels and their own careers. Hopefully this kind of thing is just water under the bridge now, and there'll be no more scary legalese paperwork going to people that don't deserve it. So anyway, that's really about it. See ya. That's the sound of me in pain. It doesn't stop. It doesn't end. It's only getting worse. I just got up, and I felt the disturbance out there. I knew there was a problem, but I didn't know what the origin would be. I didn't know where it was coming from, but I had a hunch it was going to be AI related, because every single day there's some new company, some new change coming that is all about just fisting AI into every orifice the world is capable of opening for it. And now we've got the dynamic dipshit duo tag teaming here to deliver something nobody on the fucking planet is asking for outside of, like, drooling, blue-screened brained idiots that for some reason want AI-generated music out there, out the wazoo. But Spotify and UMG, Universal Music Group, are now allowing premium users to generate AI covers and remixes. So participating artists that are signed with UMG are now going to be eligible for premium users to get in there and start tinkering and tweaking it with AI. Which, if you're someone that's excited about this feature and plan on using it till the cows come home, you are a lesser person. You are a nerd, you're a dweeb, you deserve to be licking toilet seats clean in the gas station bathroom. You are actually like a fucking lobotomite moron, drooling imbecile, and should be institutionalized. This shit is so beyond cringe, I can't find enough words in the English language for it. Why would anyone want to take an artist's music and just AI remix it for their Spotify playlist? Like, oh, this song was good, but I wish I could change the lyrics around a little bit. So I think I'm going to. I'm a premium user after all. Alright. Put my wetness on the guest list, tugging on my nipples till my chest piss. Walk to Circle K for some Chex Mix. Much better. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Spotify and UMG, for allowing me to improve this song so much. These delusional, out-of-touch zombies in the music industry are already signing multi-million-dollar deals with AI artists. They're not real. They're signing deals with ghosts, imaginary friends. And now they're feeding you even more AI trash here by letting you take real artists' music and AI remix it. Also, the AI artists they're signing literally can't own that work. It has already been set as a legal precedent that AI-generated shit is not copyrightable. So all of the artists that are being swallowed up, gobbled up here in the music industry, these AI performers, lack of performers, they don't even own that. So you can just go and make that yourself too. They can't do anything to stop it. It is so stupid from top to bottom here. And it's only spiraling even further out of control because now they're taking real artists' music and allowing you to AI slopify it. It's fucking insulting and embarrassing. So this partnership here is a licensing deal for recorded music and publishing rights, enabling Spotify to launch generative AI music models in the future. With this deal, Spotify models will allow fans to create covers and remixes of their favorite songs from participating artists and songwriters signed to UMG. They then start spouting barnacles about how this is going to open up additional revenue streams on top of what artists already earn on Spotify by providing more discovery opportunities for this UMG talent. AI products will eventually become available to premium users as paid add-ons, but unclear when that's set to launch. They try to put some makeup on it here, give it a positive spin, like, oh, it's going to open up all this additional revenue streams because all of these users are going to want to do all kinds of AI remixes. Maybe it even becomes a cool TikTok trend to AI remix the new thing, and you'll get more money for it. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Just a ton of bots AI generating remix of songs. That won't go wrong. Surely that won't be exploited on Spotify in any way, shape, or form. I'm sure I don't need to dive into the spaghetti and the meatballs on why that's a bad idea and is actually just going to lead to a flood of just complete trash drowning out real music because there's going to be so much AI remixing of these songs from these probably label shills that are just going to go through and try and artificially inflate all the numbers and make the song seem more popular than it is through all of these remixes and shit. I think that's just disastrous. And also, they try and put the spin on it that it's covers of your favorite song. Oh, it's a creative expression. It's allowing you as the fan to get in there and express yourself with the music, giving you the AI tools to do it. It's not. It's not a cover of anything. A cover of something is still creative expression when a person is going through and they take a work and make it their own. Whether through changing of style or just in their own singing voice, giving it their own spin, that is a very human, very real creative expression with covers. This is devoid of that. It is AI going through off of a sentence, off of a prompt, and just changing it entirely and taking the human element out of it. It takes the soul out of the work. The art is then gone and has now just become a piece of Gen AI garbage. So it is not a cover, and I would never use that word to describe this. And just like all of these slimy parasites, they always try to flap their ass cheeks and fart out some nice words about it, like the actual goal is to be artist first. So Spotify is talking about its key principles for developing its AI tech, including that artists and songwriters get a choice in participation. Oh my god, they're so benevolent. They get to choose whether or not they're part of this. Actually, unironically, that is kind of rare, because by default, these fucking pushes are always just, you're in no matter what. You come hell or high water, you can't opt out. So it is actually somewhat rare that they get a choice, but the fact that this even exists at all is a problem. We recognize there's a wide range of views on use of generative music tools within the artistic community. There's not a wide range of views. There's sane people and there's fucking goofballs. The vast majority of normal people do not want to just be endlessly fed AI garbage. Just look at all the pushback anytime there's an announcement from the music industry about an AI artist that's entering the scene that they're trying to hype up. They get laughed at. Spitballs are shot at them. They don't like generative AI music tools in general. So it's not like there's some big debate on it. The actual listeners don't really want it. The only people that do are these kind of vampires at the top of the food chain where it saves them so much money by using AI and integrating AI into their industry. That's where the range of views come from. It's normal people versus extraordinarily wealthy and extraordinarily out-of-touch music industry executives. That's it. It's not really like an even split or anything. Therefore, artists and rights holders will choose if and how to participate to ensure the use of AI tools aligns with the values of the people behind the music. Yeah, but I doubt it, actually. I bet as an artist signed to UMG, you probably have very little flexibility and very little autonomy to do what you want. I already know about a lot of the horror stories around these major music labels, especially UMG. I remember hearing very specific things about. So I would imagine with this new partnership, there is probably going to be stuff baked into the contracts and future talents as well as maybe even current talent about how UMG is the sole decision maker when it comes to opting into a program like this, where generative AI can be used to just completely fucking, run wild on the music the artist makes. I imagine it will probably be a UMG decision, not an individual talent decision, but that's just a hunch. I don't know that for sure. I just know a lot about how the music industry operates, and it is not artist first. I'll tell you that much. And these generative AI tools that Spotify is trying to make look real pretty and really palatable, they're also not artist first either. By their very nature, they're not. And then goes on to talk about how big remixing has become and that there's other startups doing something similar about using licensed pre-existing songs and then instead of generating brand new ones and just remixing through that. While new AI songs lead to further market competition for artists and music companies, remixing existing tracks is often billed as fan engagement product, which can deepen the relationship between a fan and their favorite artist. Not really. This is not fan engagement, this is loser bait. You are a loser if you use this. I don't know how they can pitch this as relationship building with your favorite artist. That's already extremely cringe. But I just don't even see the world where somehow a fan starts remixing all of their favorite artists' work, and now all of a sudden they're a bigger fan of that artist. It'd probably be the opposite. They'd probably just start to think that they're doing the work. Like, oh my god, wait, I'm just as talented as they are. Because these kind of people have this fucking AI delusion where they think they're actually doing something. So they'd probably be like, oh, I actually don't even really need this artist anymore. I can just keep doing these AI remixes. I'm kind of like the actual talent now. I think that's far more likely. The co-CEO of Spotify gave a statement saying, solving hard problems for music is what Spotify does, and fan-made covers and remixes are next. Yeah, but that's not a hard problem. There was no problem. You have made a problem with these tools. Fan-made covers and remixes have historically always been a creative expression. Take, for example, parody songs. Weird Al made a whole career out of making really high-quality parodies of popular music. Or just look at some extremely popular covers on YouTube. Justin Bieber was discovered through his covers of songs. It was and is still an expression of creativity and a showcase of talent with these covers and remixes that humans are making. But generative AI, it doesn't do anything like that. It is not some kind of creative expression. It takes all of that out of it, making it just this fucking husk. It's not the same, and I don't know why they keep putting them on equal footing. What we're building is grounded in consent, credit, and compensation for the artists and songwriters that take part. Through each technological transformation, we have worked together with Sir Lucian and his team to evolve the music ecosystem into a richer, more beneficial experience for fans and a more rewarding outcome for artists and songwriters. That's a load of horseradish. That is not the reason behind all of this. It's solely because of money. It's AI hysteria where every company on this planet is desperately trying to find ways to integrate AI into their services because money, because they make more money from it. This doesn't do anything to improve the music ecosystem or anything like that at all. In fact, quite the opposite. Instead, this will just lead to a more bogged down, trash-filled AI slop fest, making it even more of an issue than it already was, because now you're directly putting those tools in the hands of these fucking losers. So it does nothing to actually improve anything. You have created a problem. The most valuable innovations in the music business always bring artists and fans closer together. That principle is at the heart of this pioneering AI-enabled superfan initiative. Oh, you make me fucking sick, dude. What a loser. What a fucking douchebag. Oh my god. Reading that out loud was painful. Which is designed to support human artistry, deepen fan relationships, and create additional revenue opportunities for artists and songwriters. Building on our long track record of leading the industry through technology changes and collaborating with Alex, Gustav, Daniel, and the team at Spotify, this initiative is firmly artist-centric, rooted in responsible AI, and will drive growth for the entire ecosystem. No one believes you, dude. Throw fucking tomatoes at this guy. Boo! Boo! Get off the stage. Boo! It's just so fucking out of control, man. I know I've been yapping about it a lot, but it is actually infesting everything and will only continue to spread. It is a plague. This desperate integration of AI into everything to enshitify it for the sake of the people at the top of the food chain making a little extra money on top of everything. It's so fucking gross. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. Nina Lin has quickly become one of my least favorite streamers, which is an impressive accolade considering how few streams I watch these days. She really speedran this. Her and Jack Doherty occupy a very special place online of just being highly unlikable, annoying, insufferable assholes. And in Nina Lin's case, it's exceptionally frustrating considering she has broadcast herself sexually assaulting a man before, and then even treating it as a joke later on, even after like some fucking crocodile tears about how she understands that it was wrong or whatever, or why people might think it was bad. She herself has kind of made light of it since then. So, sexual assault superstar Nina Lin has continued to stream even after broadcasting that crime, and her content's only really elevated since then. She's broadcast more crimes, and today she's been banned for her third time in 6 weeks. You couldn't hit me in the head with a sledgehammer enough times to make me delusional enough to believe that Twitch is permanently banning her. My hunch is that this'll be 3 days, or potentially up to a week. Tops. Absolute maximum I see this being is a week, and that's if all the stars align and Dan Clancy stops gooning for a minute to maybe try and, like, keep her stream down for a little bit to try and maybe put on a strong face of teaching her a lesson. But it won't be permanent. I think Twitch has made it very clear they don't actually take sexual assault that seriously when it's a woman doing it to a man. That is kind of the impression that a lot of people walk away from now, considering what Nina Lin has done. She is the sexual assault superstar and has now quickly become the face of degeneracy on Twitch, and they don't seem to mind. So, I want to show you a few clips since the sexual assault, which I already made a video going over, that are showcasing some of the lowlights that she proudly broadcasts on Twitch. We'll go ahead and start with the obvious. This is what people think is the reason behind her ban, where she stole items from Target on stream, and then when people in chat were speculating whether or not she actually stole them, she made sure to confirm that she indeed did steal those Target items, and in fact has stolen many more that you guys don't know about, which she openly just admits to and says, get fucked.
Oh, no, he's wildin'. I'm telling you, bro, even if it was the stakes, bro, yo, bro, ain't nobody missing no fucking money, bitch. Calm the fuck down. No Target is not losing no type of fucking money from some stakes, bitch. Right? Ass fucking bum ass steaks. I don't give a shit. Man, if I put this on Twitter too. Your mom's a bitch, you was a bitch, and happy holidays, all you hoes is bitches.
A Shakespearean way with words. It is miserable listening to her struggle to throw together sentences because she is constantly in this persona where she's trying to portray a character that's like so tough and no nonsense, bitch that, fuck that, and that's all she ever says, so everything that leaves her mouth has to have that same like bravado to it. Oh my god, it's so cringe. She's so desperate to appear tough and uncaring, unfiltered. Yeah, she'll get a little crude, but that's Nina Lin's brand, baby. She tells it like it is. That's sexual assault superstar Nina Lin right there in all her glory.
Go ahead, put that on Twitter. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Just put that on Twitter. I bet you won't. Yeah. No. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Happy holidays, whores. Yo, like, I don't give a shit. Oh, hold on. Oh, matter of fact, you want to make a news? I got these from Target too, guys. Look, I got these from Target too. Guess how much I paid? $3.99. Get mad, bitch.
Good one, Nina. A real slam dunk. Also, nothing says not giving a fuck quite like feeling the need to remind people of it constantly. The amount of times she has to reiterate she doesn't give a fuck kind of makes me think she does actually care. That just doesn't really seem like the behavior of someone that really doesn't, if she is just constantly having to say that.
So we called on Monday.
Oh, ma'am. Damn.
Oh. And the language that you're using in front of a 13-year-old, I don't appreciate either.
This is a public space. I'm gonna let you know that right now, man. This is a public space, you know, so...
Well, and we wait our turn like grown-ups.
No, 100%. And I'm just letting you know that, you know, sometimes you can also ask, hey, would you like to please use normal language in front of my daughter? That would have been great, too.
I think in a public space, we kind of have an understanding.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That wall is blocking your daughter.
Well, I appreciate you cleaning it up now.
No, of course. Like, I just don't think there's an issue. not everything has to be It's like the most Karen argument. I cannot.
I don't know, I just don't really think it's a big Karen moment here, to be honest with you, Nina. She was pretty polite in asking you to just maybe pump the brakes on those sentence enhancers you like to toss around loosey-goosey, considering her daughter is right there and is a child. Also, you're in a fucking nail salon where people are supposed to be going to relax, and instead now you're in there filming and being just like a giant annoying pest. I think it's pretty reasonable to just ask you to maybe have a little bit of class there. But I don't know, maybe I'm on the crack pipe. This is Nina's world and we're all just props in it, obviously. You know what? I already see the error of my ways here. Who are we to question sexual assault superstar Nina Lynn on how she conducts herself and her behavior?
I appreciate the apology.
Great.
Oh shit.
1, 2.
Sir, do not be recording.
I'm saying that. It's just me. It's just me. That's me. We got no one else on that. We can't do that either.
Yeah.
1, 2. We have to.
Yeah.
Right. We have to do that. Yeah. Right. Fuck. Bitch. Shit.
I don't know what's more pathetic in this clip, her or the guy she points to pretending to laugh really hard at this so that way he can get a crumb of attention from Nina Lynn. Both are really bad, but I think Nina Lynn's probably still more of a sad specimen. Very good one again, Nina. Her comedy stylings are top tier. Did you see the way she said fuck, bitch, and shit there? Because, and the joke, just to explain the joke, it's a bit of a thinking man's joke. That mother asked her to not do that around children. And even the employee here of the business asked her not to film them. And Nina Lynn pretends they weren't filming them. Even though I saw the employees, I saw everyone that wasn't Nina Lynn too. She was filming everybody else as well. Despite which she lied to them saying that it's just her. It's not. It wasn't. But don't worry, according to Nina Lynn, this business is actually her playground. It's a public space, according to Nina Lynn. She can do whatever the fuck she wants in here, baby.
Work around here, and like y'all are affecting my livelihood.
No, Dad,
You're
what's your
affecting? What is my issue?
Yo, what's your problem?
That y'all are coming
Dad,
in
what's your
here
problem?
and you're causing
And who are you?
so many.
And who are you? Do you own this one? Do you own this one?
Do I know? No.
Oh man, you actually got to see it in real time there. The moths to the flame. These vermin. These fucking parasites. They smelt conflict and they came over with their fucking lights and selfie sticks because that's content, baby. So Nina Lynn, her heart is beating. She knows she's got a clip on her hands because now she's going to argue with this woman who is expressing her concern over them being disruptive. Apparently, background is she viewed their behavior like this big group of people as like a nuisance and being disruptive. So she confronted them directly about it. But I'm gonna be honest, sports fans, I don't think she knows the pickle she's about to find herself in. She has now just started an unskippable cutscene with the sexual assault superstar Nina Lynn, and it's about to get messy.
So what's your issue? No, what's your issue?
What's my issue?
You pressing people for no reason. You pressing people for no reason. What's your problem? Are you good, bro? Are you dead ass good?
Yeah. Hey, on fucking camera.
What's up?
I'm surrounded
You're
by
weird as
20
fuck.
of you.
You're weird as fuck.
Victim now. She's acting victim. Look at
You act like a victim? You act like a victim? Is that what you want to do?
And
Watching Nina and her posse handle anything is just, it's worse than nails on a chalkboard. It is hard to sit still because it is just so unbelievably annoying. So now they're like surrounding this woman here and all talking at once, and Nina's like threatening, "Do you want the smoke?" Like, oh my god.
No, you're not. I'll tell you one thing. I smacked the shit out of you, bitch.
what happened is that y'all come
For real. Weird ass bitch. She's a weird ass. Hold on, bro. Go on. And I used to work too, bitch. So what's up? So what's up?
And if there's any justice in the world, Nina, those days will be upon us again with you getting another job that's not streaming. Maybe I'm wrong and this is a permanent ban. That would be a joyous celebration. But anyway, you can see in the comfort of her huge group here, she feels very confident to threaten to smack the shit out of this woman, all because she dared say like she didn't appreciate this huge group filming and what they were doing there. And to Nina, those are fighting words. So she even breaks free like a dog off its leash in order to get right back up in her face angry. And then it continues for like another minute or so with just Nina steaming, angry, upset because this woman dared say like, hey, you being this loud and obnoxious is affecting me and like the business here. Which I think is a pretty reasonable take based on everything I've seen here, especially with the way the group handles it, where they all come over, fucking cameras in face, lights in face, just constantly insulting her and everything, trying to make her like the joke to the stream for Nina's content. It's so fucking unbearably cringe. I really hope she stays banned. I just know that's not going to happen. Would love to be proven wrong though, to which I guess we'll see. I'm sure if she's unbanned, she will continue to go back to committing crimes on streams. She loves to do that, it seems, and Twitch loves to turn the other cheek to it and pretend it's not happening. Anyway, I guess that's kind of all I wanted to talk about with this, so that's really about it. See ya. I know I've made a lot of videos recently clowning on driving streamers who are addicted to streaming while behind the wheel of a vehicle and hardly paying attention to the road, jeopardizing everyone's safety out there, and in a lot of cases, crashing. Recently, there was even a TikTok streamer who is now facing charges after killing a man while doing a TikTok driving stream.
It was weird, like, so...
Who was
that? You okay?
Oh, who was that?
This is Tynesha Roten. As you can see, she was too preoccupied with her stream talking there. Maybe too many roses and galaxies capturing her attention, wasn't looking at the road, and struck and killed a pedestrian at an intersection. His name was Darren Lucas. This kind of shit gets my blood boiling, which is why I've been yapping about it so much recently, because it's only becoming more and more common. It's been normalized to just stream in cars now for a lot of people, and it's just incredibly dangerous and can lead to situations like that. In many of these cases, the streamer is too focused on their chat, interacting with them, jingling keys, doing the song and dance to keep the chat engaged, and they're just focused there, not on the road. So at that point, they're no longer even operating a vehicle, they're riding a fucking missile, which is why we've been seeing so many videos of them crashing, causing accidents, or in that case, killing people.
What is this guy doing? Wait, what? What are the ones for? Oh shit. Well, I just crashed my fucking car. Damn it, bro. Oh well.
Shucks. Oh well. Is what it is. That was unavoidable. That parked car came out of nowhere. He had no time to react to that at all. Not even at fault, honestly. That was really on that vehicle there. I mean, shame on them for parking, right? They should have known that a streamer would be coming through, just fucking blankly staring at their phone screen, reading chat like a fucking zombie out there. How could they not have predicted that? This clip is from yesterday, and we are seeing tons of clips like this all the time now, because streaming while driving has become very popular. Now, in this case, this streamer was clearly reading his chat. Moments before hitting that parked car, he even said, "What are the ones for?" indicating that he is looking at chat, not the road. He made no effort to turn away from the parked car despite ample opportunity to do so. It was like the most easily avoidable collision if he even glanced up from his phone for even a split second. Fucking SpongeBob SquarePants is more alert than this guy. Like, this is unbelievable just how long he zones out from what he is doing behind the wheel of this car. Imagine if that guy who crossed had went left instead. This dude would have flattened him like a fucking pancake. He wouldn't have even seen him. He would have just ran over him. And there's no cope or excuse because you can see all of it unfold before your very peepers here. He was just talking to chat. He makes that turn and is immediately lined up with the parked car and makes no adjustments. So he was still reading chat clearly. Either that or he's drunk. Either that or he fell asleep. Either that or he fucking blacked out there or something, his brain blue screened. And get this, Goofy is trying to say he wasn't distracted by his phone, his attention was on the pedestrian moving unpredictably in the roadway, so he was trying to avoid hitting them. Moving unpredictably in the roadway? Brother, he's going through the crosswalk. The clearly labeled crosswalk there. Like, what are you yapping about? It's... what? Hey, let's just play ball with this for a second. Let's say he was doing zigzags like he was trying to avoid an alligator. He was serpentining through the roadway. What do you mean that your eyes were on him to avoid hitting him? You crashed into a parked car. So what did you do? Like, turn your head fully around like a fucking owl trying to track this guy? What do you... like, what? This doesn't make any sense.
All right. Let's find a call before... time is it? 4:20. Right on time. No, what is this guy doing?
This is the longer clip that makes it even more clear this guy wasn't moving unpredictably through the road or anything. And in this longer clip, it actually sounds like he's fiddling with something in the passenger seat, trying to get something out, and then making a reference to 420. So some people were speculating maybe he wasn't just like, you know, fucking laser focused on his phone. Instead, he was too preoccupied trying to light up or something. I still believe he was still looking at his phone, preoccupied with chat, since he was addressing them right before crashing into the parked car. His excuse is beyond dog shit, and it shouldn't fool a single soul on this planet. You would actually have to be a lobotomized idiot to believe that for even a split second, that the reason he crashed into a parked car is because he was trying to avoid hitting a pedestrian on the sidewalk. So he thought he was moving unpredictably on the road, and in order to avoid hitting them, decided to idly drive into a parked car. Yeah, that really passes the smell test, huh? Let's say for a second though, let's play ball with this, because this is just so ridiculous, it's outlandish. Let's say he was moving unpredictably in the road. What was your strategy to avoid hitting him? Like not looking at the road, trying to look everywhere else besides the road? That would make you more likely to hit somebody that's moving unpredictably, by the way. So nothing about this makes any sense from his side of things with his explanation. It's clear what happened. He was distracted. He's streaming while driving. He was distracted by chat, or potentially distracted by whatever he was getting out in the passenger seat. I'm inclined to believe that much like all the other fucking driving streamer losers that keep crashing their cars every other day, he was distracted by reading and interacting with chat and not paying attention to the road, and as such turned his vehicle into a weapon, hitting a parked car. That's what I think is pretty evident here from this clip. Now, what I want to also mention that adds just a cherry on top of this is this streamer earlier in that stream had made a citizen's arrest on a hit-and-run suspect.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Citizen's arrest! No! Get on the ground! Lay on the ground now! Lay on the ground! Got you! Don't you move! I will tase you!
You better stay still, bro.
You better stay still, I'll fucking tase you! You're gonna get jolted, I swear to God! I'm gonna tase you, you're gonna have a heart attack! Hands up now!
So he went from performing a citizen's arrest on a hit-and-run suspect directly into crashing his vehicle due to distracted driving. What a true combo. What an adventure that is. Now, I know this has been said by a lot of people, but I'm also very surprised streaming platforms haven't just made a blanket ban on driving streams across the board. Just full stop, period. Because this shit happens all the time. There are clips just like this all the time. And we just saw, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a TikTok driving stream lead to the death of a pedestrian. Like, I am just really shocked that is still just an allowed piece of content to stream while driving. It is dangerous. Adding a distraction like chat while you are driving on the road trying to entertain as opposed to trying to safely arrive at your destination, it's a recipe for disaster, as we are seeing time and time and time again here. So I am surprised that it isn't something that is just immediately frowned upon on these platforms. But yeah, anyway, that's really about it. See ya. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm playing Oregon Trail. Let's do this shit. This is the zombie version of Oregon Trail. I'm naming my party right now. Alright, here we go. The The team of superstars. Fucking undefeatable group of survivors here. Alright, let's roll out. The end of the world. Talk about handing the world over on a silver platter. Fucking Roger from Doug is terrorizing the city with his accomplice Kermit the Frog. That's an extinction event right there. There's no defense against that. It's fucking over at that point. What is this piss swish? I have to choose what time I leave the city. Does it even matter what time I leave the city? There's gonna be zombies regardless. But you know, let's just go ahead and leave at 4 p.m. 4 at 4. The city is lost. The government has issued a warning to all survivors. Washington, D.C. will be wiped out with a nuclear strike. You have a limited number of hours to gather supplies. Somebody call the government. That's the vendor from Resident Evil 4. You tell the fucking government they don't know who they're dealing with. You got the Geico mascot and friends causing pandemonium downtown. Nuclear strike is futile. There we go. That looks like the ideal travel plan. Although we didn't pack the toiletries, nor did we pack the glue. If you don't pack glue for a trip, then you're fucked. That just might be the undoing of the entire journey here. No Elmer's glue, no success on the road. Although the mystery machine is hauling ass. 60 miles already. So far, so good. The automobile hasn't burst into shards of ass cheeks yet. The glass also remains intact on the vehicle. It hasn't melted, so that's fantastic. Oh, shit. Oh, 39 ounces of food in an abandoned car? They're carrying around an all-you-can-eat buffet. I thought for sure that message was going to be something shitty, like hooligans set up TNT, detonated, blew up party, obliteration. Pittsburgh, what are the options here? Option number 6, kill party member. Not a moment too soon. I have reason to believe that the is a zombie spy. We've got to kill him. It's the only way. He's brought it on himself. It doesn't matter if he's infected. He's still a spy. You did the right thing, Nipple. The was planted in the group to feed information back to zombie General Dorvex. We had no choice. Now, how the fuck do I get to the previous screen? Oh, there we go. Option 5. Do nothing right now. Alright, let's attempt to trade Doe's body for supplies. Where's corpse on my supplies list? I can't trade the carcass? Hold your fucking horses. They want 67 ounces of food. How about 67 ounces of asshole, bitch? I do need to buy food, though. It was a nice little reminder, but you shouldn't be asking me for 67 ounces of food that I don't even have. That's like pile driving a kangaroo for not having a baby kangaroo in the pouch. Let's go back to the road. Let's continue the journey. You must cross a horde of zombies in order to continue on the road. The horde in front of you is currently massive in size and appears to be docile. I don't see how you'd sneak a noisy tank through a horde of zombies, so that's out of the question. Option number 2, though. Use weapons clear path. Let's do that shit. Spitting bullets in all directions. Fucking why waste the ammunition? Let's just fly over the zombies. That was good thinking. How'd we do? No incident. The Super Mario triplets were victorious. Now, if Tho was still in the party, that could have turned out differently. He would have informed the zombies of the flying technology, the zombies could have adapted, and then the whole shit... What the fuck? We just passed through a horde of zombies with no problems, but now as we're traversing the terrain in between a cosmic radiation belt and space, Frontier gets bit by a zombie. Where the fuck was the zombie? Is it in the car? Is Frontier bringing zombie prostitutes in the car, having sex with them? Oh, now we're out of food. And the fucking perfect time to be out of food. We got bipedal crocodiles taking over a mall. Fucking Frontier's playing Connect 4 with the enemy. Getting bitten. Oh, and the medkits don't help him. Well, shit. Now I have to adjust the pace and the food rations and recalibrate the triple beam balance and find the Happy Meals toys, all because you wanted to boink a zombie, you bitch. Take that with a grain of salt. Now approaching the city of Townsville. Dildo manufacturing plant up ahead. Driving through the Sahara Desert. Snowstorm, brace for impact. That damn near caused an ice age. That was a close call. We're gonna need a bandage and some anti-typhoid material. Let's try using a med kit. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna try it. I don't know if that worked or not. We're gonna spread the wealth though. Tell you, that snowstorm took a toll on the team. One minute you're strolling through the desert, the next minute you're hit with a fucking catastrophic blizzard. The seasons change without warning over in this area. Hopefully there's not a squad of snowmen waiting to ambush the vehicle. Well, looky there, final kicked typhoid's ass. And we found some wild fruit. Thursday, 1 a.m. The team had a good day on the road. What is that? Is that like half a hula hoop? The muffler broke. The muffler fucking broke, but we replaced it. Thursday. Still a good day on the road for the team. This seems like an odd place for someone to leave their anus. What the fuck is this pyramid doing here? A pyramid doesn't belong in this area. You must cross a horde of zombies. Alright, fuck it. Here we go. We're going right into the zombies. I don't even have the option to hire mercenaries. I wasn't going to choose the option. By no fucking shit was I choosing that. We're going right in with the fucking bullets firing, hovering vehicles. There's just no defense. There we go. Oh, again! Again! 2 for 2! Just cruising. Check engine light is on. Check. Alright. No. We have to keep pressing forward. Surely there will be some type of ancient concoction used to get rid of the zombie shit. What the fuck? Now Titties has dysentery. Just keep eating your shit so that we don't shit yourself to death. Oh, we're almost to a utopia. Just hang in there. Fuck. You're not eating your shit, are you, Titties? You need to eat your shit. Fuck. Just one slap after another. What has this world come to? I'm pretty sure Frontier was already bitten previously, so the zombies are turning on each other. You could cut the tension with a knife. 600 miles, no food, no problem, no fucking challenge. Here we go. Who needs food? Food just weighs the whole party down. We're almost halfway there, just hang in there, crew. Shit! No, just a tire. Not a result of starvation. Fuck. Malnutrition is caught up. Oh, fuck, it caught up with final 2. Shit! Oh, nipple just broke an arm. That's not a result of lack of food. That's just lack of being cautious. We made it. We just went 600 miles to a strip club with no food and an all-around lack of nutrients and basic necessities. And I don't have any med kits to reward the crew with, so I'm gonna have to buy a few real quick. Holy shit, look at the deal on mufflers. $50 a muffler? How the fuck could you say no to that? I'm losing money not buying those. I'll take 10 of the bitches. Now that is how you wisely spend your money. Fuck, we're out of food again? It's only 120 miles, bitch. We just went 600 miles without food. We can do a measly 120 with no food. That threw a wrench into the equation, but it's not going to stop us. Alright, let's try resting. I've never actually chose that option. We'll rest for an hour. Well, shit, that was an hour well spent. Final just got incapacitated. I'm glad I took an hour to fucking rest. Let's try hunting. Alright. Oh, there we go. Little off. Oh, shopping cart on the premises. Bogey, 12 o'clock. Yeah, what do you think you got in there, shopping cart? Fucking dominating the shopping cart. Zombie even got hit in the crossfire. Now that is what you call quality marksmanship. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Oh, this cactus thinks it can sneak up on me. Oh, fuck. 200 ounces of food, though. That's not bad. That's a lot of food. Although it's only nipple, the other 2 are incapacitated. Alright, well, keep the wheels moving. We'll continue the journey, it's fine. I thought he was already incapacitated. Oh, shit! Well, I'm not sure how long nipple's gonna be able to fucking continue on the journey. Alright, all of 5 seconds. It was a noble attempt. In fact, we got pretty fucking far on the trail. Alright, well, I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya. It happened. Doomsday is upon us. Nostradamus tried to warn us, but we plugged our ears and refused to listen. But now, we have been dragged kicking and screaming into the end times. Pranksters found AI. Or at least one of them did. This one courageous soul bravely peeled himself away from his daily routine of eating glue to use AI to have an overwhelmingly negative impact on strangers' days. Full disclosure though, I don't think every video they've posted doing this prank is real. Because some of them are just so outrageous that I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't have had his ass beaten right then and there for doing it. So I take all of them with a grain of salt, but what he's showcasing is very much something that can be done, and I have seen other videos of others doing to a lesser degree. This guy, however, has made it his entire identity to do these AI pranks. So he's the one that I want to talk about today to show.
Do you know that guy in the blue shirt that was sitting right behind you? He was like going up behind you and like kissing you in the back of the neck. I recorded it. That guy, right? Mm-hmm. Look. He did it with...
That's crazy.
What this guy does isn't really a prank. Fundamentally, what he's doing is he's framing innocent strangers for crimes they didn't commit. He has, I think, 28 of these. It's basically all he does now is these AI pranks. And I don't know how what he's doing isn't a crime in and of itself. Because this is going to lead to an innocent person getting arrested. No doubt in my mind. In this one right here, what he's doing is he's going up to a stranger, claiming that another stranger that was sitting near him was kissing the back of his neck. A sexual assault. And then he shows him a video of it and is convincing the guy that it happened and is goading him to confront that gentleman, who did not do this, by the way. This is all an AI-generated video that he is now trying to fan the flames of an actual fucking fist fight for. So even if this one is fake, which I have a hard time believing this one in particular is, because an employee even gets involved in there, and I feel like they probably wouldn't participate in shit like this. But even if it is fake, what he's showing here is something very real. You can just manipulate videos of innocent people doing crimes, and it's going to be very hard for them to defend themselves. Especially because it looks as though he's mainly doing this to elderly people that probably don't know about this kind of technology, so how the fuck could they even possibly argue their innocence?
What you did to me like that?
I kissed him in the back of the neck.
You did?
Yeah. Is that you?
I didn't even get touch this guy.
That was a lie.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see me touch this guy?
Look at that camera.
Oh my God, where'd that come from?
Him.
Him.
No.
Him.
No, it didn't.
Yes, sir.
You did.
I didn't kiss nobody in the back of the neck.
That's right there.
That's weird.
That's weird.
So they can't really argue against him because he's showing them a video of what happened and convincing everyone else that this is a real video. And eventually it's going to lead to one of these people getting arrested or getting beaten up. Like in this case right here, that guy who felt violated, who's to say he didn't just start swinging on this man after seeing this video? Again, assuming of course this is real and not with like paid actors, which I'm leaning towards it being authentic here. I think there's too many moving parts, as well as like someone who does appear to be an employee coming over. I do think he did this to just random strangers. And if that is the case, then this could have gone severely off the rails, all based on a manipulated video here that's not real. And this corny goofball has the audacity to say that these are harmless pranks and that what he's doing is, you know, basically a righteous effort as an AI social experiment to raise awareness on how AI can be dangerous. But you homunculus, everyone knows that. This is a very legitimate fear a ton of people have, where someone like you could fake a video of them committing a crime to get them in trouble. This isn't some valuable PSA. This is something people already know about and are already worried about. There's absolutely nothing educational about just framing these innocent people as criminals or like sexual degenerates or something, or trying to like have them fight each other, like fucking fisticuffs, all based on AI generated videos. That doesn't do anything besides just have an overwhelmingly negative effect on these strangers.
When you guys are like taking forever, he got mad and like went back there. Is he allowed to go back there?
First off, I didn't go back there. Who the fuck are you?
The joke is these people panic thinking that they're about to be punished, maybe even go to jail, all based off a video they know can't be real, but can't explain its existence because they don't know about AI tech. So this guy is now being framed for going into the back after getting angry or something, and all he's saying is like, I didn't do that. Who the fuck are you? Little did he know he was in the presence of the alpha goober here who likes to pretend that he's some kind of saint. But what he's actually doing, assuming these are real, which this one definitely feels real, what he's actually doing is just exploiting elderly people, treating them like props in his videos for the sake of making them the punchline of his joke of, haha, they don't know this is AI and I've made them look like criminals and they can't explain it, ha ha ha, they look so stupid. So that way he can get some Instagram clout.
So I got like a couple calls saying there's like a man in here like popping, like stealing stuff out of people's pockets.
Can we see the video?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes, my god.
So you didn't have a wallet or anything?
No, no, it's right here.
I have no problem calling out the damn person that did it. He's in your butt.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Enemy spotted. Here he's actually going up to store staff about a stranger pickpocketing one of the employees. Again, this is a crime. They even all go together as a group to confront this guy they think stole from this man or was attempting to. Who's to say they wouldn't have just called the police right then and there and this innocent man being taken away in handcuffs? Now, I imagine at that point he probably would have stepped in and said it's an AI-generated video. Maybe, but maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he would be afraid that then he'd be in trouble. So maybe he'd just keep his fucking mouth shut and that guy would then go to jail all based on this AI-generated video. It's terrifying. Not only is he trying to suckle from the titty of clout, but he's also just trying to promote some dogshit website that's probably a scam. It's why he has his watermark plastered all over the place there, and in every single one of these videos he is shamelessly shilling for that site constantly. I imagine it is a fraudulent website based on this guy's behavior and the way that it gets discussed here, which should be further evidence to this guy's true motives not being something positive about AI awareness, but instead to get Instagram followers and money through his affiliate partnership here with that site that he is constantly plugging. Now again, there is a chance that this is all scripted, but I find ones like these hard to believe that he would have the wherewithal to fake it and be able to get this many people on board with it. Because that does appear to be like actual Sprouts staff. Like, they are wearing a uniform, they are coming from the back of the store. This is not a set, it doesn't seem. This Instagram account is not nearly big enough to have some kind of soundstage out there in LA to put together, like, a Sprouts studio look. Like, it's not fucking Pluribus here or anything. Like, it feels like he is actually at Sprouts. Those are actually employees, and they do legitimately go confront that guy. It feels real.
Into a team member's pocket.
I didn't reach into his pocket.
We got a complaint, we received it, and you magically get this on camera and you're reaching into one of my team members' pockets.
I swear that's not me.
The odds of that same shirt, though.
Mm-hmm. What the? I don't know what the hell's going on. I did not go in his pocket. This is not making any sense to me. This is ridiculous. I did not touch his pockets or his pants. So I don't know what the hell this is.
Now, one thing I will say is he shows two different AI-generated videos here for the evidence about what happened. And it feels like it should be obvious that something's very fishy there. Like, surely the employee would have felt something or, something like that. Like, it doesn't make sense. But I also could see a side of things where they have these videos from a customer who's making this complaint about being, witness to a crime. So they're acting on that information without really thinking too deeply on it because they have this evidence here. So they confront that customer who seems very confused by it. I do think his reaction is less than I would have expected it to be when so many people kind of gank him here about him stealing or attempting to steal from an employee. But overall, I just can't imagine this one being like faked. Like maybe he's in on it, so he's just playing along. But in that case, wouldn't he be worried about facing repercussions? Because those do appear to be real employees. And like I said, if they did alert authorities and authorities showed up, would this guy have piped up and said like, oh no, it's an AI generated video, I made it all up, it's fake? I don't think he would have, because I bet he would have been worried that the cops would turn around and like throw him in cuffs for like falsifying evidence or something, because it is a misleading testimony, it's fake, and all of it is geared towards getting this guy in trouble for the sake of his Instagram prank. Now, while I can't say for 100% certain whether or not all of these are real or not, what is real is pranksters are integrating AI into their dog shit. The ones that I've seen arising on TikTok that I think some of you have probably already seen by now are people that are AI generating like fake IDs of employees to show them and be like, look at this, I found your ID, that kind of thing. And it's like very quick in and out, and they like laugh at them for not knowing how that's possible, which is trash, but it's not to this level. This is the only account I've seen doing AI pranks like this. And if they're real, it's extremely dangerous. And if they're fake, he's still a loser for doing this anyway. What the fuck is the point in faking pranks on something people already know can happen? It's not even entertaining. Like, it's just lame. And it is just preying on the fear of what this technology can do. It's not raising awareness because people already know about it. It is very easy to generate this kind of shit. It is just useless. It is solely here as a vessel for him to promote his Instagram and his affiliate website that he is constantly just throwing out there. Because I'm guessing he makes a few bucks from people that get referred to it. It's trash. Like, even if it's fake, it's still dog shit. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's really it. So, I just watched a video on the curious case of an off-duty officer walking around. This wasn't just your average, innocent, everyday stroll outdoors. This was advanced walking, with his penis out. Damn thing was hard, too.
Gun. Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well, what you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
If that sizzler reel doesn't get you hooked, I don't know what will. I gotta tell you, I'm not a dispatcher, but that line of questioning was a bit of an eyebrow raiser for me. You described what you saw as looking like a penis. Can you tell me what color that penis was? What was the make and model of that wiener? Now, believe me when I tell you that this actually comes full circle. This question actually does play a role in the real investigation. I don't want to spoil how it happens, though. You'll see at the end here.
On October 14th, 2024, a woman was jogging with her dog along the Reeds Lake Trail in East Grand Rapids. As she passed a man walking toward her, something caught her attention. The man had his penis exposed through his zipper and fully erect. Shocked and shaken, she borrowed a bystander's phone and called 911. Minutes later, officers arrived at the scene and spotted a man emerging from a wooded area who matched her description.
Now, at first, this video kind of seemed fishy to me because there's some odd usages of AI throughout it, but I double-checked this story and I can find multiple sources about this guy, so I'm assuming this is all real, and it does appear to be an actual police vehicle that we will eventually get to here. So I'm pretty sure this is all genuine. Just wanted to briefly make a mention of that. So that's the lore breakdown. This story starts with a woman jogging and a man walking towards her with an erect cock out, which obviously disturbs her. She alerts the authorities. Authorities arrive at the scene and they see a suspicious gentle sir emerging from a wooded area.
Hi, sir. Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too shabby.
What's going on?
Oh, just walking around the lake.
Just walking around the lake?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you start at?
Over by Reeds Lake.
Okay. Like Reeds Lake Boulevard, where?
Just south of here.
South of there?
Yep.
Okay. The reason I wanted to talk to you, we had a call on a subject matching your description.
Okay.
Blue jeans, blue sweatshirt.
Yep.
Walking around with his penis out.
Okay.
I love that he looks down to check. Oh, jeepers. Did I forget the zip? Nope. All clear. Well, as you can see, officer, my dick is firmly in my trousers. Checkmate. Must have been somebody else. In fact, I saw a very suspicious gentleman running away like a cartoon villain over there a minute ago, and, now that I stop to think about it, it might have been a penis between his legs dangling around. I think he went that way. He's over that way. You're letting the bad guy get away.
Have any ID on you?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis, have you ever been in trouble before?
I have not.
Dennis, what's your middle name?
Evan.
Can you try to reach him, please? Dennis, what's your last name?
Evans.
Copy.
What's your middle name? Dennis Evans
Williams.
4110.
Holy shit. It's the Dennis Evans Williams. Wow. I didn't realize we were dealing with a celebrity. This guy is famous for receiving the world's first fart transplant. Now, Dennis has found himself in quite a pickle here. But don't worry, he's got great defense.
No, I think I saw you when I passed by the first time.
Yep.
And you went back that way.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw you walk over here, and you were looking back that way, and then you kind of started to run for a second this way. Why was that?
I have no clue. I saw you here. I wouldn't have stopped running, I guess, if I thought it was suspicious.
Yeah. Yep. Was there a reason you ducked back in the woods when I went by the first time?
I don't know if it's a bridge or like an old stone. I don't even know what it is back there. But yeah, I was just checking it out.
Yeah, dude, you wouldn't believe it. Back in the woods, I saw a bunch of, crop circles, and I'm pretty sure I saw some fucking dirty little bastard gnome run back there, so I was just going to check it out. Maybe even find, a leprechaun's pot of gold. There's a whole bunch of stuff back in the woods, so as I was jogging around, it kind of caught my eye, so I went back there and took a peek. That's the explanation for why it seemed like I was running away from you. Really, I was just on an exploratory adventure, really. There's so much magical wonder back there and whimsy, elves and shit, so I was just taking a peek.
Sit tight with him while I run him real quick.
The name he gave didn't exist in any police database. No driver's license, no vehicle record, no trace at all.
That's impossible. You're telling me Dennis Evans Williams doesn't exist? My lord. He's a deep cover secret agent. You're impeding his investigation. He was back there with his cock out in order to try and bring down some kind of occult organization or something. That's the only explanation. Dennis Evans Williams clearly exists. I'm looking right at him.
You don't have an ID on you right now? Nothing on you? All right, sit tight. Let me see what else I can find out.
He repeated the same information. Still, nothing came back. Meanwhile, after the two failed attempts to identify the suspect, the victim drove past the scene, and from inside her car, she saw the suspect and immediately identified him to the officer, stating that she was 100% sure. This prompted the officer to approach the suspect a third time, giving him the last chance to give his correct identity.
Oh shit, he got caught on the drive-by here. So the victim drove by and noticed that this was indeed the same character that was just hanging hog out there while she was out on her morning run. And now, with that information of her saying she's 100% sure that's the right guy, the officer is again approaching him to try and get his real identification here, since Dennis Evans Williams is not panning out.
Victim drove by. She gave me a description when I talked to her. She drove by, said 100%, no doubt in her mind it was you.
Okay.
So, here's what we're going to do. You're going to give me your proper name, you're going to give me your address, and then we're going to go from there.
He continues to maintain that he's Dennis Williams. I'm shocked! So this isn't really going anywhere. He's just dropping breadcrumbs of some make-believe mumbo-jumbo here, going nowhere, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because he's just stumbling around trying to get himself out of this. It's not working.
Okay. Go ahead and put your hands back behind your back, though. Like I said, you're not getting arrested. Nope. Turn around, face that way.
Face that way.
Okay.
You're not getting arrested. Put your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers together.
Okay.
Gun. Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well, part of it.
While detaining the dastardly Dennis here, they were patting him down and then going to put him in the vehicle to talk further and figure out, who is he? They found a gun while patting him down, and he's like, yeah, that was part of the reason I didn't really want to be giving you guys all my information, thinking that would be a problem. He didn't tell them that the gun was there, so now they're getting a little more serious about, okay, man, who are you? Just tell us your real name.
All right. What's your real name?
So, here's the deal. This has nothing to do with what you guys stopped me for today. I'm supposed to be at work, alright? I told my wife I was supposed to be at training today. I didn't want to go to work. I took a vacation. She just thinks I'm at work.
4970.
Okay.
4670.
That's about
So
it.
you're playing hooky right now?
Yes, exactly. And she thinks I'm at work because I didn't want to stay home with the kids, and so I had the babysitter come out.
Yep.
And that's where we're at.
He took a vacation from work so he could walk around out in public with his penis out. Look, my wife just wouldn't understand, but you guys get it. We're bros, right? Like, we understand each other. Sometimes you just need to cool down, take in the fresh air, and just pull your cock out and walk around outside. That's what I was doing. I was playing a little hooky, had a babysitter come over to watch the kids. My wife was none the wiser, and now kind of caught between a rock and a hard dick here, as you can see, officers. But, you know, that's the whole scope of the situation here. It just, I'm supposed to be at work. Clearly, I'm not at work. Bit of a mix-up.
Okay. So, you have your full name then?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
Troy.
4534, I can find that direction.
Allen. A-L-L-E-N. White, just like the color. 10/31/86.
Yep. And you obviously don't want your wife to know what's going on.
Kinda why we're here.
As officers detained him pending identification, they conducted a pat-down. That's when everything changed. Inside his waistband was a loaded Springfield Armory Hellcat, round-chambered. In his pocket, a Microtech switchblade. Neither had been disclosed, but what the officers were just about to discover would shift the case even further.
The way they're using the music here sounds like a horror movie trailer right now. They got like the creepy water phone sound effect. What they discovered was going to change everything. Tucked into his waistband, in addition to the other instruments, was his penis. Again! Confirming beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was the same cock that was just indecently exposed outside moments prior to the officers arriving at the scene.
Is there any way I could write you something?
Huh?
Any way I could get a pen and a piece of paper?
Answer.
Okay. Slide your feet.
What he wrote on that paper was KCSD. His true identity is Troy Allen White, a 10-year Kent County Sheriff's deputy.
So I guess he wanted to keep this one a bit off the record, so he wrote it down, passing some notes here, letting them know that he is actually an off-duty officer. He is a Kent County Sheriff's deputy, Troy Allen White.
Yeah, you work for the Sheriff's Department? Okay, what do you do there?
4119.
Oh yeah, I work for the Sheriff's Department. What do I do there? I'm just kind of the penis guy. That's just kind of like what I do there. It's just, you know, they say, hey, Troy, pull out that wiener, right? That's just kind of what I do here. So, you know, I was supposed to be at work today, so I just got a little confused, you know, walking around outside. Big misunderstanding.
County, lodge on false info, indecent exposure, $100 bond for each.
Okay.
So you'll be able to post bond tonight. I'm going to tell you you're going to get suspended when we get down to the Sheriff's Department here.
Troy gave consent to search his truck.
So I believe the strategy here from Troy was to inform the officers that he is also in law enforcement, hoping that they would try and like look out for him to help him out, maybe squeeze himself out of this whole thing here. That wasn't in the cards. That didn't happen. So next they got consent from Troy to search his truck. There they found under the booster seat for one of his children a rifle and a flesh-colored dildo. So this man was driving around the fucking freak-mobile here. So they started wondering, well, what is all of this about? What's up with this dildo and all this?
About intent, behavior, and whether this incident was isolated. During a follow-up call, officers asked the victim a necessary question, whether she could have mistaken what she saw.
What you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
So I was thinking about this a lot last night because one of the officers asked me, "Are you sure it was his penis?" And I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And then I started to think, well, I suppose it could have been a strap-on dildo that he was wearing through his pants.
This goes on for quite a little while, but I'll summarize. She does, like, tinker around with the notion that maybe it's possible he was wearing a dildo out of his fly, but she's pretty certain it was actually his penis. She goes on to describe the color as being, like, very white and contrasting, like, with everything else. So she is very confident that it was his penis, but then even says if it was a dildo, this is still completely unacceptable regardless, which the officer on the phone agrees with. Ultimately, they did charge him with indecent exposure among, like, falsifying information. He also resigned in the midst of all of this, and I can't find a follow-up for what happened with the charges. So hopefully the indecent exposure and all that stuck, because this guy's a fucking weirdo freak. Anyway, just wanted to put this story on your radar here. This was a wild one. That's really about it. See ya. I've mentioned this a few times over the last couple months, and it seems to always raise some eyebrows and spawn question marks, so I figured I'll just make a whole video here talking about it. It's true, I bought a farm, and I don't mean that as a euphemism for I died. I'm still very much alive. In fact, I've evolved into a good old-fashioned red-blooded patriot living off the Lord's titty out here. So, I've now got a lot of acres under my belt. I've even got some classic overalls and everything. And trust me, when I slap that get up on, it's a whole new ball game. I look like a $10 stripper you found outside of Walmart. There is something about my physiognomy that is just not conducive to farmer attire, but I'm going to brute force it till it looks good on me. Point is, I do have a farm now, and I no longer have the warehouse. Which is very sad to say because the warehouse was a huge part of my life for the last almost 5 years now. It served its purpose well. It was an amazing headquarters full of fun and whimsy. Fucking 5 years ago almost, we got that bad boy, and man, did we turn that into a special place. That was heaven on earth. All started with this video here riding around our motorized gaming chairs. We even debuted the Moby Huge Mobile there, the apotheosis of engineering. We even had our own fucking wrestling league, a wrestling ring in there, putting on our own productions. It was amazing. I don't know how many total videos were filmed at the warehouse, but it has to be like 500 if I had to spitball a guess. And they're all bangers, turbo bangers even. And we did, of course, give the warehouse a swan song. We did a little something special as a group on the other channel for a little murder mystery. Feel free to check that out. I think it was a lot of fun, and it was a nice little bon voyage to the warehouse. You might be wondering, well, Charles, if you love it so much, why didn't you marry it? Why don't you have the warehouse any longer? And it's because there's a lot of things that I want to do now that I just couldn't at the warehouse anymore. Namely, building things on it. There are certain things you cannot do when it comes to a warehouse space without getting into the nitty-gritty. No need to dive into the weeds. And there's just a lot that I want to be able to have the freedom to do. So the question naturally becomes, what's the goal of the farm? And I have a lot of ideas for the land, some of which we're already actively working on, and I'll be able to show you pretty soon. That won't be today, but soon. And some of those ideas do, of course, include, like, actual farming activities. Growing crops, shit like that. Have a nice array of, like, orange trees and all kinds of things there. And that does include having animals on the land as well. Not, like, for the sake of food production or anything like that. I'm not trying to create, like, some kind of self-sufficient, sovereign nation. Not like some kind of cult facility or anything. I'm not trying to make, like, fucking Rapture out of BioShock. I'm talking about housing some good old-fashioned barnyard animals. You know, like maybe sheep. We could shear the sheep and spin our own jackets out of the wool. Sheep like to be sheared, from what I understand. Of course, I'm not a fucking sheep whisperer, but that's what I always hear. Stuff like that. Maybe even a horse or two, and I could learn how to horseback ride. Probably really hurt myself. Hopefully it doesn't end up kicking me in the chest and killing me instantly. But, like, stuff like that, it could be fun. But it's not just, like, general farming activities. That's not the entire goal of the land. I really want the property to serve as, like, the one-stop shop for all of the content that we do, where typically we have to spread out across Florida to access some of it, like gun ranges. There are gun ranges in Tampa, sure, but they are very strict on what you're allowed to shoot there. So the gun ranges that you've seen in the videos I've posted with like the wild weapons that we've used, we've had to drive like 45 minutes to an hour out of Tampa to very specific locations in order to do that. I would love to not have to do that and instead have a gun range on my property where we can use whatever weapons we want in our own privacy. And that is something that we are actively working on the land right now. Another thing that I've always wanted to be able to have access to without having to drive like hours away is a forge. Like, we all did some blacksmithing. We posted a video on that a while ago, and we all really liked it. Danny in particular. So, I'd love to just build a fucking forge on the farmland that we could all just go and forge some weapons in sometimes. Maybe even have our own Forged in Fire kind of show. Just wacky, fun shit that is only possible to build on this amount of land. And of course, like I said, I do want farming, like actual like farming and agricultural stuff to be like an integral part of it, but it's not the sole goal. And one thing that we've already got, which I'll be able to show you pretty soon that we've already finished, is I've been gaming a lot, as all of you know. Moist Critical Gaming Official, best fucking gaming channel on YouTube, go subscribe. I've been gaming a lot, and one of the things that I did day one on the land is build out the barn into gaming pods for me and my friends to do a lot of gaming content in. So I plan on going full chub into gaming even harder. And it's not just that, it is more than just gaming in the barn. It is also built out for our esports watch parties, which will be a lot of fun there. It is also built out for Skill Check, our nerdy paradise where it's mainly card games and D&D. So Magic the Gathering, One Piece, all of that is also there on a different floor. It's just extremely nice to be able to build out these kind of things on this kind of land. And like I said, we are going to be getting animals. In fact, we have a few on the way. I'll introduce you to them when they get there. And that's probably when I'll do like a tour of the farm, which I haven't really done yet. I filmed a few videos on the farm already, like with the Nile Red collab, that was on the farm. The car bubbles, that was also on a piece of the land. Like, we've been actively filming there, and I aim to do significantly more there. Even more there than we ever did at the warehouse. Because, hopefully, we'll be able to do pretty much anything imaginable on the land. Yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. That's kind of the nutshell summary of everything here. I'm gonna miss the warehouse, but I'm very excited for the farm arc here. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. I was once the ultimate ping pong player. I was unstoppable. I went by the name Zailashi, which is Chinese for the shitting. Few could return my serves. Even fewer could keep up with my speed. Most humans were unable to even trace the ball after I'd hit it. They tried to use computers to understand how I was able to play ping pong while fucking. This was a mistake. I once defeated my own brother in a match that would ultimately decide the fate of the galaxy. If there was a squirrel climbing up a tree, you can bet at that same moment I was playing ping pong. I was focused. Until I met her. She was about the size of a small antique shop with an ass that transcended the ass realm. Her eyes were so powerful they could make a boulder lactate. I was gonna teach her ass cheeks how to read a clock so that way they never had to wonder what time it was again. She was incredible, so full of titties, but in an instant, those titties were taken. She was abducted early on a Thursday morning by a Martian naval vessel. Now I fight to free her from her bondage the only way I know how. With ping pong. You think you can handle my fucking speed? I'm going too fast. Fuck that, if I'm going fast, I'm going too damn slow. I'm going faster than fast, I'm going very fast. Slam it! Put your asshole in an envelope and send it to the post office because you are not winning this ping pong match. Not on my watch. Do you think you can hide from me? Surprise, you cannot. Now give me my girl back. She was not meant to shit with you or your associates, so give her to me. Or can you at least send me her ass? That'd be mighty nice of you. After years of searching, I finally found you. Professor Zortnox. There are two ways to fertilize your lawn. The first way, the way you do it, Zortnox, and also the reason why you will not win, is you go out and you buy the fertilizer. Not necessarily the cheapest, fuck, you might even buy the premium fertilizer. Then you pour it on your lawn, you get moderate results. Nothing spectacular, but you're content with it. The second way to fertilize your lawn is while you are out fighting for something noble, something bigger than yourself. You accidentally shit yourself during the immense effort you put into achieving your goal. That shit gracefully runs down your leg and makes contact with the soil. From that contact blossoms a luscious rainforest. That is why I will be victorious. Zordnox, I have just shit myself. Good news, Tesla fans. Elon Musk has greased up his hog and he is serving it to you whether you like it or not. I hope you're ready to gobble it down. Elon Musk is saying that Tesla full self-driving will switch to a monthly subscription and remove the one-time purchase option. Another beautiful entry into the you will own nothing and be happy future that we find ourselves in. We're now entering a new, even stinkier era where you can't even pay for the full automobile anymore. You don't pay to own it. Now, in order to get one of the most crucial components, like selling points, of a Tesla vehicle, you will have to fork over $99 per month as part of this subscription plan, suckling on this subscription-based titty for however long you want access to the full self-driving features, which was a huge reason a lot of people were buying these fucking things in the first place. Previously, there was an option to pay $8,000 and you get the whole kit and caboodle. You get the Tesla and you get the full self-driving features. But now Elon said, nope, I'm taking the toys back. We are going to wean you off of this. Now, you can't even own the entire motherfucker. Now you buy the vehicle and then have to subscribe separately for the full self-driving features. It's insanity. So you can't even pay to own your whole vehicle. Now you can pay to get most of the vehicle, then you will need to start subscribing for the rest. You don't even get full access. It is just another step in this awful fucking direction in this subscription-based economy where every single thing, every single aspect of your life is becoming subscription-based. We are entering the future where you don't actually own anything. What you own is the idea of things, like your video games. They're basically just renting it. You're getting a permission slip from the benevolent developers to grant you access to the game for however long. In Tesla's case, Elon Musk is drip feeding you features as long as you subscribe. But when you have a Tesla now, you only get half of it unless you are subscribing for the other half. And there's no option to just own the whole thing outright anymore. He has wiped that shit out. And I feel like every person on the planet should have an issue with this kind of model here from Tesla. But because it's Elon Musk and people can't help but swallow his meat, it's an addiction more severe than Fent, they are defending it as if he's doing them a favor somehow. People are willingly bending over and applauding as these billionaires butt-fuck them to death. Like, as they get less and less ownership of things, they get happier and happier because the billionaires are telling them they should be. Unreal. Farting in your face and telling you that it smells like roses, and they're like, yes, it actually does. This is amazing. It's just infuriating. Because they worship this guy, they're willing to just roll over and just abandon what they pretend to believe in. It's craziness to me. Now, anyway, I don't want to harp on that too much, because instead, when I went to Elon Musk's Twitter account to see if he, went any deeper on, the Tesla subscription model now for full self-driving services, I saw this little annoying nugget here from the brain of a supposed free speech advocate. Teaching people to hate America fundamentally destroys patriotism and the desire to defend our country. Such teachings should be viewed as treason, and those who do it imprisoned. Wow. And he's referencing how high schoolers were polled saying that many of them were taught that America was built on stolen land, and he is weighing in saying that that kind of teaching should be treasonous and the perpetrators thrown in jail. Very interesting take from the free speech guy who's probably fresh out of the K-hole. Elon, what the fuck, man? In what way does that even remotely fit into your narrative of being all for free speech no matter what? Let's just set everything else aside and we're just going to play ball here. Let's assume very bad teachers teaching mumbo jumbo. This is outrageous curriculum here. Well then, what has happened for 100 years now is that if it is not a good teacher, not educating students and, a bunch of gobbledygook that they're spitting out there that's not great, well, then the school usually fires them. But why does Elon Musk want to go a step further and make it a crime punishable by being thrown in the slammer? Why does he believe that teachers that are teaching students something that he doesn't like means that it's treasonous and should have them landed in the big house? That's a little fucking odd. That feels like it goes very much against the core principle of free speech, which is a right that Americans have. And his reasoning for this perspective is super laughable when you look at who he's best friends with, fucking exchanging saliva and group hugging in the shower with. He says that this kind of teaching destroys patriotism and the desire to defend our country. Huh. That's fascinating coming from you, Elon Musk. Do you remember only like a handful of months ago, not even a year ago, he made a tweet accusing Donald Trump of being in the Epstein files, which, by the way, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. He deleted the tweet later, but he made a very public statement about Donald Trump being in the Epstein files, which is a hard insinuation of Donald Trump being a potential pedophile. And now he's buddy-buddy with him again, which I would argue is not the makings of a true red-blooded American patriot. And also, as for a desire to defend our country, Elon, Donald Trump is a draft dodger. Are we forgetting that? When the country called upon him to protect it, he wasn't enthusiastically going over to Nam. In fact, he cooked up 5 deferments as well as a bone spurs narrative in order to get out of service to protect this country. So as far as a desire to defend our country goes, you have made best friends with someone who has explicitly, provably avoided doing just that. This nation called upon patriots to defend it. America was calling out to Trump to defend her, and he said, ouch, my bone spur, and didn't do it. So I don't know what the fuck you're yapping about with the desire to defend our country when you are actually sucking the entire asshole of Trump, whom you have also accused of being in the Epstein files. Like, come on. This is absurd. And I could go on and on, but I also want to make a mention that I scrolled through Elon's Twitter a little bit because I was looking for something in particular. He's very selective with what he calls out as an attack on free speech because he's the free speech guy. But man, I tell you, sports fans, it's real weird how it seems to be crickets from Elon Musk anytime it's related to Israel talking about how they'd like to be able to work towards controlling the conversation around certain topics. Like recently with Netanyahu openly stating that he believes the most important thing would be controlling some of the platforms. Or even more recently, only a couple weeks ago, an Israeli cybersecurity billionaire, Shlomo Kramer, went on television and point blank stated to the hosts and all the Americans watching the program that he believes the First Amendment needs to be limited so that free speech can be protected. He believes that the government needs to control the platforms and that free speech needs to be more limited. I feel like that'd be something very eye-opening to anyone that gives a fuck about free speech, and Elon Musk being the free speech guy, I thought for sure he'd make a peep about it, but nothing. Weird.
So AI is going to revolutionize cyber warfare, is revolutionize cyber warfare from critical infrastructure to the fabric of society and politics and undermining it, giving unfair advantage to authoritarian governments against democratic countries, First Amendment type of...
That's already happening?
That's already happening. You're seeing the polarization in countries that allow for the First Amendment and protect it, which is great. And I know it's difficult to hear, but it's time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard, but thank you for sharing. It is refreshing to hear the perspective of a foreign billionaire saying how the First Amendment should be limited.
And quickly before it's too late.
What do you mean?
I mean that we need to control the platforms, all the social platforms. We need to stack rank the authenticity of every person that expresses themselves online.
Oh, now that's a really interesting play there. Yeah, that's like a fucking high-level football maneuver right there. John Madden level play. In order to protect free speech, we have to obliterate it, fundamentally. What he is saying is give control of the platforms to the government. And also, I'm not interpreting this. This is literally what he is saying out loud with his whole chest. The platforms need to be controlled by the government, and everyone needs to be unmasked before expressing themselves online. So anonymity gone, privacy gone, and free speech completely limited is the word he's using, but that nomenclature is not accurate. It would basically be fucking crumbled, and he is presenting this as though it is something that we need to be doing right now. I feel like this is a pretty big statement here that is very clearly against free speech, and Elon Musk, he will reply to like 50 follower accounts that just have some like dog shit that they drivel out, and he'll reply to them about free speech. Yet, this was a very big segment on CNBC, an actual televised program, and Elon Musk has nothing to say about it. Now, of course, Shlomo Kramer has no power to actually do anything with this plan that he's cooked up here, this idea that free speech needs to be limited, the First Amendment needs to be, gutted. But it's worth mentioning that Trump is basically Netanyahu's personal fleshlight, so I don't know how much power Shlomo Kramer holds in Israel or anything, so maybe he is able to lobby, for these First Amendment protocol limitations that maybe Netanyahu could whisper into Trump's ear. I have no fucking idea. What I do know is that he is saying this out loud in front of everybody, and yet the free speech guy, Elon Musk, has nothing he wants to say about that. I don't know. Feels a little weird.
And take control over what they are saying based on that ranking.
The government.
The government
should control the social media.
Yeah, should do that. And we need to educate people against lies, and government need to develop cyber defense programs that are as sophisticated as the cyber attack. Today it's a 1 to 100 ratio.
I figured I'd let him finish his stance here on limiting the First Amendment, about how everything needs to be controlled by the government here, so that way they can better get their hands on everything and everyone to ensure that, maybe free speech doesn't need to be as free as it once was any longer. Sounds pretty shitty to me. I hate that. I think that's fucking terrible. But, Elon Musk is a busy man. He's got 4,000 tweets to tweet out a day, so maybe he just didn't see this one, or, maybe he had drafted a few but forgot to send because, 20,000 others went to the front of the queue there from his drafts. Surely he's going to get around to talking about it. Even just something simple like, oh, I didn't like hearing that. Free speech is extremely important to America. In fact, me personally, Charlie, I would say free speech is one of the most important rights Americans have. And it makes me a little concerned that I'm seeing so much public normalization about the idea of potentially limiting it. I started seeing this back in 2015, 2016-ish, and I've talked about it quite a bit since then. We have been slowly tiptoeing around this idea that maybe we need to look at free speech a little bit differently. And it's been getting more and more concerning, and as of late, it's getting out of control just how open this conversation has become now about no, we need to limit free speech. That's scary. Now, of course, that is again coming from a foreign billionaire. I haven't seen something that bold from anyone on American soil yet, but I feel like we're not far off with how this conversation's been developing, and that shit sucks. Anyway, though, I'll stop yapping about it for now. That's really about it. See ya.